This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. We've been taught that having negative emotions is bad, but feeling angry, sad, or overwhelmed is normal. Visit BetterHelp.com/allies and learn to process those difficult emotions.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Easy Allies podcast. I am your host for this week, Brad Ellis, and I'm joined by Isla Hink.
Hi.
Michael Damiani.
Going off the rails on a crazy train.
I don't know where this came from, but all right.
We're on a crazy train.
Yeah.
Copyright flagged already. This is going great.
Yeah. And in the booth, we got Don Casanova.
Hello.
And Gabby Montoute. It's French, the last name, by the way.
French.
I learned that today. How you guys feeling? How's everybody feeling, first of all? Blood's out.
I haven't been on the desk for this podcast like in 100 years. Yeah, it feels good.
Feels good. Yeah, Blood's out right now. He's on vacation. I'm going to do this in quotations for the listeners. Blood's on vacation in quotations.
Yeah.
So I'm filling in this week. And
Blood finds it difficult to not continue working even when he's on
Right.
vacation.
Don't worry. We're going to hold it down. We got all the news here for all you. But like every Easy Allies podcast, we got to start with some corrections.
Yeah.
Do we?
We do. You know, it's a Blood show. You got to stick to it. Stay on track.
It's all of our show.
Dawn, begin correction music, please.
Boop.
Last week, I was referring to Housemarque as not being first party
Was
when
that
Returnal
lighting
came out.
cue? Done?
I pressed 2. 2 is up.
2 is off?
Huh?
2 is up.
The macro? The button at the bottom?
Let me try it one more time.
There it
Bear with us.
is.
All right, cool. We're good.
Oh,
right.
is that going to be a correction next week?
That's gonna be. We'll pre-correct that. Don just pushed the wrong button.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I know now. It's okay.
Ooh, look at
Okay.
this backlight. I never
Yeah.
get to be in here for this stuff.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
I made all these
colors.
setups and I never get to live them. This is fun.
Looks excellent.
Last week, I was referring to Housemarque not being first party when Returnal came out. This is, in fact, correct. Returnal was published by Sony, which I totally forgot. So you got me there. You got me on another one. The Valkyrie Profile Lilith version, including the digital deluxe version of Valkyrie Elysium, is just a port of the PSP game, not a remake of the first, like I thought it was. Just a port with some minor enhancements. And last week, Huber was asking about the golf game from The Simpsons, and none of us knew what it's called. The golf game is called Lee Carvalho's Putting Challenge.
Right. Yes, I remember that.
I know,
wasn't here, but I
picture the
remember that
box
now.
in my mind, but I
Yeah.
cannot remember what it's called. And Blood had a slip of the tongue. We'll be a little gentle there on Blood.
Did he swear?
No.
Oh.
That'd be fantastic, though. He called Klonoa the Phantom Reverie series instead of the Fantasy Reverie series.
Oh my goodness.
It's got the
Bloodworth.
PH like Fantasy Star. So yeah,
Bloodworth.
Like Fantasy Star.
exactly.
I'm ashamed of
I know,
him.
me too. Unusual.
Yeah, uncharacteristic.
If you have a correction, which I'm sure you will, leave them in the YouTube
We
comments
know about
on
the lights. We
on-
dealt with that.
on
Yeah, I
either
got
the
it.
public
Nice.
version or the Patreon version of this episode. Start with the word correction and leave a timestamp for the part of the video that you're correcting. End corrections music, please, Donnie.
Boop.
Donnie.
Donnie, yeah.
I
Donnie
like that.
boy.
I like that vibe, but we're getting
Donnie
loose.
boy. Well, it finally happened, Damiani. Finally, the prophecy, long foretold, Bayonetta 3.
Okay, yes, there's a lot of prophecies.
There is, but this
Damiani's
specific
got a new
one.
prophecy every day.
Yeah,
I
I was
feel
like,
like.
wait, we gotta be
We heard about-
specific this.
Finally, we got Bayonetta 3
Yo.
release date.
Oh,
This game was announced nearly 5 years ago, I believe.
Yeah, probably announced a little too early, right? Well, what's his face at Platinum left to go work at Capcom, who's doing Street Fighter 6? Helping with Street Fighter 6, I
I
believe?
don't know.
oh, what's
I don't
his
know.
face?
Yeah, one of the guys after 2 left. So
Oh, okay.
I imagine that they were working on Astral Train at the time, I believe.
Astral
It was
Chain?
right after Astral Chain, so I imagine they probably didn't really dive into this until after Astral Chain.
They had the whole like I don't know if Scalebound like fiasco.
That was earlier. Yeah,
I don't know. It's been weird.
Let's be honest. Like this is their premier flagship series here.
Yeah,
even if there were no issues, they're going to take as long as they can to get it where they want it to be, running at that crisp 60 frames a second. And they had enough time to throw in some trolls as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a new trailer. Aside from normal Bayonetta action, we got a new character in this trailer.
Did you just say normal Bayonetta action?
It's... Okay, don't freak out when I say this. It's Bayonetta action like I expected.
Okay.
It's still really sick.
Okay.
Normal doesn't mean bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
The normal, sexy, stylish,
Correct.
brutal
You don't have to.
action
You don't have
combat.
to have it sexy anymore.
What?
There's a feature we'll get to.
We're gonna get into that.
Don't jump on his
First of all-
grenades here, Damiani.
Did any of you watch the trailer?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I watched
I know
it
you
this
did.
morning.
I know you didn't watch the trailer, even though I
I've been
linked
in
it
a-
in our notes.
I've been in a post-vacation depression for 4 days, Bradley. I barely hear until today, you know?
You know, Bayonetta would have cheered you up, maybe.
I bet it would have.
Pretty
I
sick.
bet it would have.
I know Dawn didn't watch it.
I watched the trailer. I saw it, Brad. 100%. It was good. I liked what I saw. And
you did?
I love
Oh,
that.
did you?
Love that filter. Can't wait till we get to that.
Okay.
okay.
filter.
There's a sex filter? What?
But before you
hold on.
yeah,
People wish I had one of those.
but some nuggets in there, Brad.
Please.
A lot of references to like potentially multiverse, different
Not
dimensions.
potentially. Quick description from
Here we
Nintendo.
go. The prompt. You got it.
The unstoppable Umbra Witch must join forces with some familiar faces, the mysterious Viola is the new character, and a multitude of other Bayonettas to stop human-made homunculi from wreaking havoc. So we're
Other
getting
Bayonettas?
Bayonetta-verse.
yes, we're getting.
Bayonetta-verse!
I assume, multiverse Bayonetta.
Because in one scene she goes to like another one, and like in this dimension, I like am the one in charge here or whatever. And it's like oh. And some cool new action scenes, like vehicular action, like that train sequence.
Yeah,
Riding that like monster,
spider?
the spider thing.
you think that's some scale-bound leftovers?
Yeah, that's some scale-bound leftovers.
Will two Bayonettas kiss?
No,
know
but
about
they'll get
that.
close.
Viola is pretty much the Devil May Cry character.
It's Virgil.
It's Virgil.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're having a good time in there. That was a troll, by the way. They put in a female Virgil, so
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
okay.
yeah.
So like
I gotta watch this trailer.
I know you should have watched. You got time.
I'll watch it on
We'll watch
Saturday
another
right
time.
now. Blood's gone.
What did you think,
we can do
Damiani?
whatever we
So,
want.
what really stood out to you besides, I guess, the new character?
And it just like looked better than the first time we saw it. I feel like it's definitely polished off. Looked very smooth. Action sequences like very like over the top, flashy crap that I've come to expect. Just like you're saying, like this is what you expected. But like at the same time, it felt like in a lot of sequences it was upping the ante. Like the weird butterfly form giant thing, like fighting when she's like, because she can control like kaiju versions of you or whatever from like you're doing the moves on the ground while in the background they're fighting. Just like looked way better. So many good character designs in there. I felt like just seeing like different versions of like we think of the different versions of Bayonetta.
Yeah,
like potentially like other characters.
That guy.
What's the guy in the hat?
I don't remember his
forget
name.
his name.
Yeah, I haven't played Bayonetta in a long
Radon
time.
was in there as well.
Yeah,
like so good to see him. It was just good times all around, and the music.
Yeah,
Like,
that classic Bayonetta music.
yeah.
Where I was like, oh, this kind of doesn't work for me sometimes, but I'm like, when I'm playing it, it's gonna work. I know it's gonna work because it did in the other ones for me.
Are you guys talking about Enzo? Is that the guy with the hat?
Enzo.
Wait,
Is
Enzo
I don't know
from
if that's
Stranger
the
Things
proper,
or Enzo
the proper one, but
from
that's a
Bayonetta?
Bayonetta. That's a Bayonetta guy with
Okay,
a hat. I don't know
Enzo.
if that's the one you
Okay.
mean.
Don, if you didn't look that up, I'd be impressed.
No, I looked it up.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if
You
I
could
even
have lied.
I don't know if I even said this, but
I
the
never
date
lie.
is October 28th this
Good.
year.
More crowded
This year,
October.
dude. Yeah, October's
This
getting
year's
hot.
stacking.
We got so much in
Stacking.
October.
Heating up.
Thank goodness Forspoken got knocked out of
I know,
October.
dude.
Or I'd be looking at like
Smart
never
move.
leaving that
Yeah.
month.
Smart
Who
move.
saw a Forspoken delay coming?
Yeah. Well, it saw Bayonetta is coming, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we got to get out of there. There's only room for one witch right now.
I guess so. Yeah.
I hope Forspoken is good, dude.
All right.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about this censored mode.
What?
Quote unquote censored
Censored mode.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is.
It looks interesting.
I know. This Platinum tweeted this out. Relax, the witch is back and sexier than ever.
Nintendo saying
We've
sex.
added the revolutionary naive angel mode to Bayonetta 3 so more people can fully enjoy it. By turning it on, you can play right in the living room without having to worry about what's on screen, we think.
So it's like don't piss off your wife mode.
Yeah, so for
Yeah,
example...
or
like,
if you're like a kid.
Right, mom's coming into the
or-
living room mode.
You're
Yeah.
in a college dorm, and it's like you're on the common area. It's like, oh wait, should I be
I
playing?
can't be
this?
seen playing my sex
You
game.
can't let
it's
them know that you're a
Bayonetta
freak.
doing the
Yeah.
hair thing where she's fully naked, but her hair's covering her boobs and lower regions. It's like doing a
Yeah,
little transformation. Then they like do the naive angel mode, and she's fully clothed.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
So
I
it's
saw it.
like, yeah, so
I've
it's
seen the
just-
trailer
yeah.
now, Damiani.
All
I know
right.
everything you guys know.
All right, what's the character's name again?
Huh?
What's the guy character?
Enzo?
Yeah.
I didn't even have to Google that. Don told it to me.
I love this filter mode because what they've done so cleverly is they're calling it a censorship filter, and everyone's thinking of it, oh, yes, for my wife, my kids, whatever. But it's not. It's the uncensorship filter because if they didn't have this thing, it would have ended up just being the censor filter version. You know what I'm saying? It
good
really would have.
point.
Damn,
So,
Donald.
and we need Bayonetta to be sexy, right? So what a brilliant move. Wow.
It's a concession that allows the sexier
what I
mode.
feel,
Yeah.
Prevent us from getting in
love
trouble
it.
on Twitch potentially when you stream this.
I guess.
Terms of service.
It's
Stream
brilliant.
safe.
If you're not streaming specifically sex games, but it happens on its own, it's okay, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Bayonetta didn't have any nudity before or
Yeah.
anything.
No, that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
pretty
No.
tame. I mean, it's sexual,
Yeah.
but it's not like nudity.
Yeah.
A lot of like what are the meter things where you like punish enemies and stuff.
Yeah.
Have some like sexual torture device things in there.
Yeah, but
it's not nudity.
Yeah, I know.
The censorship is just, it's covering up bare flesh. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing. If you
Okay.
look at
Yeah.
the, yeah,
Yeah, no tummies and thighs visible.
pretty much.
The most offensive part of a woman.
KFC bucket like
No,
thighs and wings. Like,
no tummies and thighs, please. No tummies and thighs in my bucket. They're fatty.
Is day one for you, Dom Hattie? Is day one?
gotta see that schedule. October. There's so many things coming out.
Not day one for Michael Damiani?
I
thought you were a Nintendo fan.
Philistine.
I mean, I'm
Wow.
gonna play it, but I think we have a lot of us reviewing a
I
lot
know,
of things
yeah.
during that time, so I don't know if I can play it day one if I want to.
Is this day one for you, Isla?
No.
No.
I haven't played one or two.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I'll catch enough of it, I'm pretty sure, as you guys play it and, like, whatever. I mean, just because character action stuff isn't really my
Sure, yeah.
favorite genre, the platinum kind of style stuff,
Yeah.
has been historically generally
you.
missed for me. But, whatever. Everybody, to each their own, you know?
Yep.
I'm all about it.
But if you don't like it, you're not a true gamer.
Well, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
In fact, I fully embrace that.
Cool.
Happy to get off that
John,
train.
are you day one?
What did you say the
Are you
release
day one?
date? What's the
Just
release
answer the
date on
question. Are you day one?
Well, it kind of depends on the schedule of what games, but
You just stole my answer.
most likely not.
You're reviewing stuff, though, probably.
We're
Don's
beholden
not.
to the schedule.
I'm-
Don has a whole other weird, intricate schedule that we're not allowed to know about.
Yeah, I'm
That's
very
true.
busy.
Yeah, finally. Feels good to get that announcement out there. The day before that, the Sega Genesis 2 Mini is releasing.
October 27th?
Yes. In North America.
Pops of champagne.
First of all, I'm surprised they're doing a second one.
I am also surprised. Like, when I saw this announcement, I was like, really? These are still?
Yeah.
Like, this felt like a
Pleasantly
5 years ago thing.
surprised, right? Very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Let me read this real quick, then Don will toss it to you. This is from Sega's website. The definitive mini console of 2019, the Sega Genesis Mini, has been completely revamped. Its improved hardware is tucked away in a new compact design based on the Sega Genesis Model 2. In addition, the new console now comes with the 6-button controller pad.
Nice.
And the original Sega Genesis Mini controllers are compatible with it, so the 3-prong
That's
ones.
nice.
Don, quick, give me your thoughts of this. I've seen you've seen this and pre-ordered this.
I actually haven't pre-ordered it, but
What?
I have seen this. Well, it's $103, Brad, so it's nothing.
It's $103?
You're not just going to go out there and lay the money on the line for this pre-order. And since they are taking pre-orders, I figure there's not going to be a shortage. Here's what I'll tell you real fast. What I love about this is that finally, first of all, the mini console thing is not dead yet. The craze is not dead, which I'm happy about, okay?
Hold on hope.
Second of all, since the craze started, my most desired mini systems have been Sega CD Mini and Dreamcast Mini, and the fact that this Genesis 2 Mini has a few Sega CD titles, even though they're not the greatest on earth, is a very good thing. It's a step in the right direction, and there's a couple on here I've never played before. In terms of the lineup of games, most of these games are widely available, okay, so they're not incredibly exciting for me personally. However, Mansion of Hidden Souls on the Sega CD, Night Striker, even though the gameplay's goofy, some of the interlude stuff is fun. Some of these Sega CD titles are not the greatest, but most of them are ones I really haven't played, so I'm excited for it, okay? Overall, I'm excited that this is happening.
Yeah, so like Don said, there is Sega CD titles in there, which is really sick, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
I never really played any Sega CD titles. There are over 50 classic titles, including a never-released bonus game. Here's some of the games on the website that I found. This is not all of them, though, that were there. Sonic CD, Sonic 3D Blast, Shining Force CD, Damiani.
Oh, there you go.
Mansion of Hidden Souls, like Don said. Night Striker, Vector Man 2. Didn't you like Vector Man?
I love Vector Man.
Okay.
I don't think I ever played 2, honestly.
Afterburner 2, Super Fantasy Zone, which was only released to Japan and Europe originally, though it did come to the Wii Virtual Console later on for us here. Cool. So we're finally getting that, I guess, on Genesis hardware. And Star Mobile, which was originally a PC Engine puzzle game. And this, I guess this is an unreleased Genesis port for it that never came out or something. So
I'm
that's pretty
intrigued.
sick, yeah.
A puzzle game.
Yeah, I'm really into this. The idea that it's 6 buttons is so much better for me.
Oh, yeah.
I remember playing Street Fighter 2 on the original Genesis with the 3 buttons thing, and it really sucked. Yeah. You had to push, I think, start to like switch between the other 3 buttons. Garbage.
These are wired, though, right? They're not wireless?
Yeah, I think they're wired. Yeah.
Because for a second I was like, could you use these on the Switch with their stuff?
I mean, the plug might
not.
be the same, though.
Yeah, I wonder.
I think...
Because you can't use the other ones, I don't think, on the Switch, unless they're USB? I don't know.
But you know what? This gives, like Don was saying, this could give some hope to some other mini consoles. At least not for Nintendo, maybe.
I fully thought this trend was over. Like, I thought that with all because all we hear about now are like scarcity and parts shortages and stuff. And like, so I thought, okay, surely these things didn't sell well enough to warrant more. But I guess I was wrong, and that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the Super Nintendo one and the NES one, those definitely sold.
They sold out like crazy. But I just figured that like they would prioritize other things since there are so many shortages now.
Yeah.
Well, it's like they have individual collections and they have like the catalog on Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, but I think they probably saw how well it sold, the original one, and updating it with like a new, more comprehensive list of games, giving you a little bit of the CD stuff. Definitely think there's a market for it. I wonder, the thing I'm not the biggest Sega person, but the one I keep hearing about the most that people would love to get on board with is some kind of like preservation system for like Sega Saturn. Like getting whether it's Saturn games come to a service, whether it's PlayStation Premium or Xbox, somehow in Game Pass as a bonus, or Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, or they just make a Saturn Mini. That seems to be like the first thing, and I know Don already mentioned Dreamcast is another one he'd love to see, and I know that's a big one. But I think Saturn would be a huge one.
Yeah.
For talking about where we want to go next with this, if Sega is going to be carrying the torch for this, yeah.
I agree. I never really played any Saturn games.
Yeah.
That console gaming at that time was, in my time of life, is like you pick maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think I even knew the Saturn was out at the time. I was just like, I don't know what this is. I'm just going to play, PlayStation or N64 or whatever. But I've heard nothing but great things about Saturn and its library. So I'm definitely curious to check that out. And of course, I would love Dreamcast. I didn't own a Dreamcast, but I played a lot of it. And man, there's some sick games on there.
Yeah.
That's what I would love. Yeah, I would love for them to just keep going with these and let Saturn and Dreamcast kind of have their moment in the sun that I feel like they sort of missed out on back in the day, for sure.
Question would be costs. Don mentioned this is already over $100 for this thing. Gotta imagine a Saturn or Dreamcast is gonna be a little bit pricier than that, especially that controller for a Dreamcast. How are they?
Do you think it would just have a built-in VMU that you couldn't take out?
I wonder if they'd even like go that far,
Yeah,
so
I
much as it would
wonder.
just be like a digital version. Like, I mean, I don't know if that
Because
would
you
work.
need it for a lot of the games.
Yeah. Yeah, but I imagine that's still going to tack on some price to
Are these
Yeah.
all
bucks.
are these all first party titles, or because like I'm trying to think of the
think
cost
so.
breakdown, because like $100 for this thing doesn't seem. I mean, like it's more than the other ones had been. I think
What were those?
Nintendo's are like 60 or 80.
Like $49.99 and like $79.99.
Yeah,
or
I think
something.
the Super was 80.
SNES Classic, but that came with.
And then the PlayStation one was like
God.
99 when it came out and it had no
Oh, yeah, it had
games
really
on
bad
it. And then
emulation.
it
Man,
dropped
that
to like
was-
$18
that was-
after like a day.
Yeah, that was fun. It was like watching what you hoped happened to crypto, which is happening now, which is like you like seeing it go down and down and
Kick
down.
rocks, crypto.
You see the Warrior 64 tweet, $10 for PlayStation Classic. I'm like, still too much.
Sophia wanted to play Tekken 3, and I was like trying to think of and I was like, honestly, the easiest way is to just buy you that PlayStation thing, and it was at like $16 or something. So I was just like, all right,
There you go.
I'll bite. That's the right price for the one game that we want.
Yeah. For the price currently, if you pre-order this on Amazon, it's from Amazon Japan.
Okay.
So it's going to cost a little more for shipping.
Wait, time out. Hold up. At this moment of recording, the yen is super weak against the dollar.
Okay.
So you should run that through the conversion thing, because I imagine it will be cheaper to buy it from there than any American source as of today.
We are not giving financial advice.
We're not giving financial advice, but
We are
convert
not
all your
experts.
money into yen right now.
Go to Google right
Right now.
and Google that price into U.S. dollars, yen to U.S. dollars, and
Last time I went to Japan, I did make $80 on
Wow.
currency conversion because I got a bunch of yen
that
and then
legal?
forgot. Yes, it's legal. And then I forgot about it. And like 4 months later, I was like, "Oh right, I have all this yen," and I went and to the bank and converted it back.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I just happened to wait, and I made $80.
That sounds like investment advice.
Nothing to sneeze at.
Dang.
Does anyone recall if there was a game missing you felt like on the Genesis Mini that you want to be in this? I only have a little bit of experience with it, but I remember there was no.
I know we have
Sonic
one here,
3,
but yeah, I don't. I remember it was like
well.
missing Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
that was the one I think that we were.
We
all
know
like,
why, but
Yeah.
And with that, the Origins having just come out, I highly doubt you revisit.
just like
that.
thinking about like
I'm trying to think back to like because I loved my Genesis.
the
Clay
the
Fighter?
Genesis Essentials. Clay Fighter.
Clay Fighter.
Oh boy! All right.
I mean, not really. I had it, but
the Genesis Disney games on there.
Yes.
oh my
the Aladdin
god!
one.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
I definitely remember. I had that
Lion
one.
King was really
Yeah,
hard
nice.
but good. Wait,
Dumb.
wasn't that on something recently?
Yeah, there was the
Was that
there was
collection?
there's like
Yeah.
one with Lion King, Aladdin.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
they added
yeah.
Jungle Book later to
That was
it.
an
Castle
awesome
of
collection. It actually
Illusion.
had all the like Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it had all the versions.
Genesis
Yeah.
and the Japanese version. It was sweet.
Yeah, so good.
I don't remember if Castle Illusion was on it, the original. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
forget.
one of the Mickeys
Yeah, there's
was.
some Mickey game like the successors of Mickey Mousecapade. Mm-hmm. That was NES. Yeah.
It'd be cool if it had some crazy like
Mousecapade?
Do you remember Mickey's Mousecapade?
I remember
Mousecapade on
Mickey
NES?
Mania.
No, Mickey's Mousecapade. NES is like the cover art's like purple with like Mickey and Minnie like holding Minnie over like a boat with like Pete as like a pirate or something. I think. I used to play it a lot. I never could beat
Interesting.
it. It was on
What did you
NES.
say, Don? What did you want on there?
I was going to mention something, but the main problem with the Genesis Mini I see is like just Sega in general. Most of from this generation, their games have been released in collections like several times over. Most of these games have been like available, even on all the just shops like PlayStation Shop and everything. So, other than a few titles, that's the only problem. And also on the Sega, the first Genesis, it had a great lineup. So like most of the essentials, I feel like have been released for Sega.
Yeah.
There's one, but the enticing thing about the CD might be enough,
Yeah. Don, can you look something up for me real quick and see if 32X games were on the first Genesis Mini?
Oh, sure.
Because it doesn't say anything about that, so I think that
I
could
feel
be
like
really
they weren't
sick.
because Knuckles was a 32X, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
I thought
think
it was. I thought you had the.
You put Sonic 3 on top of Sonic
Right.
and Knuckles, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Corrections next week.
No, it doesn't look like it came
Okay.
installed.
I think that'd be cool if they added that too, but
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
maybe they're saving that in their back pocket for some reason one day.
Yeah.
Before we jump off the mini, just one more Dream Mini console, the
Yes.
Mini Jaguar, and I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, Brad. Why on
Okay.
earth are you insane? But this is why, Brad. Hear me out. It's the only system probably that if they released a mini version, they could actually have not just the greatest hits, but every decent game period released for the system. I mean,
All
it'd be
two
like
decent games.
Yeah.
You know what,
For the
Don?
Jaguar.
I'm going to run with Don here. I like this, Don, because it's not just the Jaguar, but we could get like the mini CDI, the mini
Yeah.
3DO, because those games are like hard to get and lost to time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they're a pain in the ass to play normally. If you got them on a nice little console, like get all those games in one place, like the Zelda's Adventure, Link Faces of Evil, Zelda 1 and Gamelon. That'd be like amazing.
and the thing is,
Who's
those are
gonna make
pricey
that?
on the
I
second.
don't know.
Nintendo ain't gonna make that.
On the
They
second-
license it.
They're ashamed of that.
Nintendo's into licensing lately, so
and the
maybe
secondary
it'll
market,
license.
those titles are a fortune, even though they stink. So it'd be nice.
Yeah,
to
They are
Zelda's
bad.
Adventure was like $200 back in the day. It's probably like way more than that now.
Oh my god.
I do wonder if some enterprising emulator guy or person company would like try to do that, like
Of
the
course.
ultimate system, but like actually get the licenses and just be like, here's the retro box, and it has like 2,000 games on it from all kinds of consoles, but it's like official, so it's not like, obviously the licensing would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it would be worth it. The answer is probably not. But
Probably
it'd
not.
be cool.
Probably not, but would be cool.
It'd be cool.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
No, I don't think so either. But it'd be fun.
Well, yeah, I'm curious to see what that's like when it comes out. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to play it.
Yeah, we should get one for the office. at
Yeah,
least.
totally.
Do a stream there.
This is Damiani's week. Damiani, a few days ago was the 35th anniversary of the original Metal Gear. And the official Metal Gear Twitter account tweeted, "Today marks the 35th anniversary of the Metal Gear series. Thank you to everyone that enjoyed and celebrated the series so far. We ask for your patience as preparations are underway to make the temporary removed titles available again." So I assume this means like the Metal Gear Solid collection and like the 3DS version
we're
of
gonna get-
Snake Eater.
Yeah, everything's coming back.
Everything?
We get everything.
Okay.
We're gonna get
Sell me.
everything.
Sell me on this.
We're gonna get a Metal Gear collection, which is gonna have
The same one or a different one?
yeah, it's gonna like the same one, but maybe revamped a little bit.
What was in that one?
Because-
1, 2, and 3?
No, it was 2, 3,
Three.
and I think it was Peace Walker.
Yeah, Peace Walker
Oh, okay.
HD.
Yeah, I remember there were 3 in it, I think.
We gotta add in the classics, the pretty
MGS.
solid
Oh,
games.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Put
yeah.
those
Like
in
MSX
there as part
one?
of the collection.
1 and 2?
Because those were part of other things, but like it'd be
Right.
nice to have them. They were part of what was it again? Was it Metal Gear 2 subs? Was one of them?
Oh, what are those?
One of them had everything because we did it for the retrospective. Like so, we're talking 2008 here,
Right.
But they don't put those on Virtual Console or Nintendo's services or whatever. Not on that Genesis Mini because they never came out on a Genesis. But you never know.
I mean, Konami has been doing these collections.
They
lately.
have. That's what I was
Yeah,
going to get
that's-
to. They
yeah,
have been
they have.
milking that a bit, so maybe we'll get.
But they would split them
Metal-
up, right? They wouldn't
No,
give it to
you
them
get-
as all
So you
in
get
one
the classic
thing.
collection. You
Yeah,
get-
the
you get
classic collection,
Metal
the solid collection.
Metal Gear. No, it'd be interesting. Would they give us Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, and Metal Gear Snake's Revenge? Is like those three together as a package. So the three.
Do you think that's
MSX,
strong enough
NES
for most
ones.
people?
And then maybe they could throw in for this would seal the deal for a lot of people. Ghost Babel, the Game Boy Color.
Ghost Babel?
Yeah, the real it's Metal Gear Solid, but like it's not Metal Gear Solid.
What is that? I don't
it's
think
a
I've ever
Game
heard
Boy
of that.
Color, like top-down classic version of Metal Gear.
Oh,
it's,
wow.
It's amazing. It's
Really?
Is it actually amazing?
It's really
You're doing your
good.
troll smile. Is
Yeah,
this real?
it is really good. It's like literally like one of the hardest games
can't
to play,
believe
and it's
anything
really
you
good.
say.
I mean, go emulate it if you don't believe me. That's how easy it is to go play it. But like, it should be officially released
All right.
again, so people. It's really good.
We're not giving emulation
mean,
advice.
All right, so that could be one collection right there, like the
Okay.
retro classics.
That
collection.
is okay. I'm gonna say, Damian, that might be a hard sell for a lot of people, except for extremely diehard.
Like a
Metal Gear fans.
$29.99 collection of that. What?
I mean, we would buy it because we're big Metal Gear fans.
You know what'd be cool is if
Again,
you
your average Joe who like maybe has played Solid
Okay,
Don't you think it
but then
maybe
you get the
needs
solid
one
collection.
of the big boys?
Okay, but then you get the solid collection.
Yeah.
That one's
right.
gonna sell like
So, okay.
30 to 1.
This is what we need to happen.
All right.
We need the PlayStation Solid Collection, which has MGS1 included on it for
Right.
PlayStation.
Okay.
And it has MGS2, 3, and Peace Walker.
Okay.
Then we need to get a Switch version of that. The Switch Metal Gear Solid Collection, which comes with the Twin Snakes.
I was gonna ask you about Twin Snakes.
in Metal Gear Solid
Yeah.
2 and Metal Gear Solid 3, and you can throw Peace Walker on there too. Like,
Which
it's
is
just
the one that everyone hates? Twin Snakes or
Twin
Subsistence?
Snakes.
that's a interesting debate, but most
It's
people
Metal
like the
Gear,
OG.
so there's a lot of
Yeah.
discourse.
So it would be a 4-game pack right there, which would be really good. And I think you just give the problem is going to be like the Xbox PC version. Will it be able to? Will they release a version that doesn't have MGS1?
Will they put it on Steam?
MGS1 has been the biggest question.
Yeah.
And I honestly
Right.
think maybe with Sony's willingness to play ball PC, lately, I think they would be okay with you can put this on Steam or Epic, whatever you want to do with this, and put the PlayStation Metal Gear Solid 1 on there.
That'd be so cool.
Because you know why? There was a PC port.
Yeah, there
Metal
was.
Gear
Yeah,
Solid.
yeah.
So you know what?
There's a lot of PC ports of those older
work.
games that you don't
Yeah,
remember.
and so you can have that, and you can include the integral missions or whatever.
Okay.
Like the VR missions.
Was that Substance? Was it called Substance at that time?
There's a separate standalone Metal Gear Solid
Right.
game that was just the VR missions for PlayStation 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they do that later? They just called them Substance later,
So
right?
no. So there's Metal Gear Solid 2, then there was Substance.
Right.
And that was the extra content on there.
Okay.
Then they did the OG 3, and then they did
Subsistence.
Yes.
Okay,
And then
Subsistence.
4 is the only one who hasn't gotten one of these treatments.
This is the one, Metal Gear Solid 4, Damiani.
Okay.
This game has been stranded on PS3
Yes.
for a long
Yeah.
time, not
This
a peep.
is worth a standalone by itself, HD re-release, like a remaster.
Fox
so it'd be
Engine,
like,
or are we talking Fox Engine?
no,
or
I'm
just a
talking about
remaster?
like a touch up,
Maybe some higher frame
not
rate?
Last of Us 1, but like what they did with Last of Us Remastered, or
Higher frame rate, maybe a
yeah,
little up
just
those
touching
textures.
it up a bit. And putting that as a standalone title, I think
Standalone?
Guns of the Patriots I think it's worth enough to them to sell it by itself.
Or-
This is a divisive game also.
Yeah.
I mean, they all are, I guess.
What I really want to see, you could even make it a special, like a Subsistence Twin Snakes version of 5, but call it like Olive Branch or something, and let them
Branch.
finish it.
Oh,
Like, do the last chapter.
that's a dream.
It's a
That's
dream.
The
That's
a
most
dream.
least likely.
Oh yeah,
Very
no,
likely,
that
least
will not
likely to
happen, I don't think. But it would be amazing if it
But
did.
I could see just a director's cut of Guns of the Patriots, essentially.
a director's cut.
Like
Without
all
Kojima?
cutscenes.
well, just calling it that, like Kojima gives his blessing. Like, okay, it's just
Okay.
it's just touched up, but like I'm putting my stamp of approval on it because people probably will be distrustful of Konami with any kind of
yeah.
changes.
That's true.
Like even just putting out, even if they don't put MGS1 on anything again, if it's just 2, 3, and Peace Walker as is,
Right.
or re-available to download, no one's gonna complain because it's as is. It is
Right.
what it was,
It is,
and
yeah.
people were generally happy about that. But if you added anything, even if it's an old game just being ported again, I think people want something from Kojima saying it's good, or I'm okay.
They want
with
their
it.
word
They
of
want
approval.
that blessing from
Yeah, that's
Kojima
true.
because they don't want the bad blood vibes there.
Oh, I think Blue Point did that Metal Gear Solid
Yes, they
collection.
did.
So that's why it's good.
Oh, yes,
Really?
they did. And
That's
it was pretty good. They had some,
good.
remember the trophies they added? They had the one with Ocelot in 3 where if you kill Ocelot at the beginning, it says Time Paradox.
Oh, yeah.
And you got
Yeah.
like a trophy for
Man,
that.
I don't think I
remember
played
that.
the
I remember
collection,
that.
so I don't think so.
How much would you charge? Like if you
Okay.
if you said like the entire Metal Gear series, everything.
Oh, that's like $100.
That'd be like $100, right?
$200
That's a lot of
box.
money.
yeah,
baby.
that'd be insane.
And people
Digital
will pay
even,
it.
and people will pay.
They
it.
will pay it. They
I think. What
absolutely
if
will
you
pay it.
like knowing Konami? You like have to buy the Metal Gear Solid collection, and then the Metal Gear original stuff is like both an in-game unlockable that you then have to microtransaction to do or something like. They milk you like twice somehow.
Man, do you think they'd be scummy enough to do an upgrade path for people?
Right,
I don't
right.
think that would be possible. Because it's only on PS3, you wouldn't be able to.
I think more likely
I mean,
what you
Phantom
were
Pain,
saying.
Well, Phantom Pain is the only one on last gen, so that could have an upgrade path. Actually,
yeah.
I think they could do either a free patch that when you bring it like a free upgrade to PS5, or they like if you already owned it, like it's a $10 upgrade fee, which would be kind of like a nice gesture. Just to get Phantom Pain on PS5 and Xbox Series X would be a good start.
I could see them doing, because they've done several collections of stuff. I could see them doing OG Metal Gear Solids 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, Survive, and 5.
Well, there's way more than that. I can see that.
And then you pepper in your acids and your Peace Walkers and your.
We got to get Acid 1 and 2.
Yeah.
There's a digital novel. We got to get Portable Ops.
Aren't all of those decanonized? Which ones are
no,
decanonized?
Acid.
Just acid.
But it was always a what if.
Yeah,
right.
Like a hypothetical.
I bet they could do a fourth one of Peace Walker, Acid, the visual novels, all that.
Portable collection.
The portables.
There you
Yeah.
go. That'd be
4
cool.
collections.
So okay, you take away maybe Peace Walker HD from the solid collection. And you do
Put one in there instead.
Either do 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3.
2, 3, 4 would be interesting.
Because if they can't solve one, like they're still like, all right, we can't work this out. We're sorry, one's still this weird thing. Maybe it'll be available on PlayStation. Is it available on Premium yet? Like is one
MGS1?
No. Maybe someday it'll be available through that. But
That's not
until
on
then,
Crazy.
until then, here's 2, 3, and 4 maybe as part of the
I'd
new
be
collection.
so happy if we got 4.
If they're making a portable collection, which I don't think they do. I think they'll keep Peace Walker as part of it.
It's
Yeah.
it's kind of.
They'll probably just be 2, 3, and Peace Walker.
I was gonna say, I
available
think
to
it's gonna
buy.
be the other
It's gonna-
collection
It's
just
literally going to be
again.
the game available to buy in PS5 and probably PC and Xbox Series X.
We'll
and
Switch
they'll
get
call
it.
it a day.
We'll Switch get it. Or are they just gonna get that 3D version? Well, I guess the 3DS version.
Switch will get a cloud version.
Or 3DS stores like
It's like a
Like
decade
Kingdom
old.
Hearts, they'll get cloud version.
cloud version of PS2 games.
1.5, 2.5 HD remix. They'll get a cloud version.
Switch can't handle
guess
it.
they did
Switch
before,
can't
though.
handle a PS2 game.
But I mean, this is all like moot and stuff because I mean, this now officially means that they can go back and reissue the greatest Metal Gear game, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance,
Oh,
can now
shit.
be released. Potentially get a 4K update. This is the dream.
How did I forget
4K
about this game?
60 frames update on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and a PC version and definitive version of that, and just go all in on
What if
that.
they do the Big Boss collection? Okay. And they do the Solid Snake collection. Then they do the Raiden collection, Damian.
Raiden collection.
Would that be
Okay.
2 and
And 2 in
Revengeance?
Revengeance, yeah.
That actually
4.
kind of interesting.
I mean, you don't
And 4, yeah.
you don't play Snake or Raiden in 4 though.
No,
He's
but
around.
He's there, yeah, he's there.
He was just there to be cool.
Yeah.
He was cool in
So
4.
cool.
Precursor.
He was sick.
Well, I mean, basically, it was Boruto in there because he was Naruto, and
He was supposed to be the
He had a
successor?
son, and his son was Boruto, and like
Raiden is Snake's son.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna newer generations being exposed to the ending of Metal Gear Solid 2 is gonna be like the best thing ever? Like, how many articles are gonna reevaluate 2's ending as being like
yeah.
a masterpiece?
When
now?
did
The
MGS2
radar
come
turned
out?
to a girl in a bikini. What's going on?
MGS2 was like what, 2001 or 2000?
2000.
It was 2000?
Yeah, it was all about George Bush.
Sorry, 2001, same year as Xbox launch.
Yeah. So it was like
Came out
2001.
the same month as Xbox.
Damn.
I told the story before. I was at a Best Buy waiting with my friend near the front of the line for Metal Gear. We thought everyone in there was a Metal Gear fan. They're all there for Xbox.
Xbox?
We were the
man.
only ones waiting in line for Metal Gear Solid 2.
Hell yeah, Damiani.
Were they like, you don't need to be in this line?
No, they were like, no, it was a line to get in the store and it opened. But like, there was no danger of not getting it.
Right,
We still would have to
okay.
wait for everyone to go. So we're like, no, we want to play this as soon as
Did
possible.
you pick up an Xbox too?
No,
Why
someone
not?
asked us to get them one, and I just took the coupon and handed it to them. Like, here, get an extra Xbox. I don't care about this. Yeah.
Damiani's score on or his review of Ghost Babel seems legit. I couldn't find a Metacritic score.
I didn't
but-
review it.
No. His your opinion of it.
Oh, okay.
It's considered a good game. Oh, excellent by Nintendo Life. 9 out of 10. Hey, it's Nintendo Life, but 9 out of 10 is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Seems good.
Did Blood work for that website too?
Blood did a hostile takeover on that
Oh,
website.
okay.
You shut him down.
Metal Gear's been in a weird spot for a long time. Even after, 5 was just weird. Weird game.
Yeah.
To me, it ended with 4. 4's the end.
Yeah.
I know.
I feel like half of
Revengeance.
5
Or, yeah.
was good.
Half of
5 is
Like the first half.
I
and
think
then
5
it-
has good gameplay for sure.
Yeah.
unrealized idea.
Unrealized.
Yeah.
Like they got halfway through the game, and like the mechanics are incredible. The story just kind of fizzles.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically, Kojima stumbled across the idea for PT halfway through development of that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
goodbye.
For Death Stranding and PT.
This
He
is
was
the
ready
next
to move
thing.
on,
This is
dude.
the next
Yeah.
thing. I'm kidding.
But yeah, so this we're definitely gonna get. I just think it's gonna be the HD collection again, and maybe we'll get some of the older games. Do you think Konami's thinking about another Metal Gear game, a new one?
There have been rumors about some Fox engine or new version
Remake
of
of it?
Metal Gear 1 because it would be the solution.
Do you think it would
Right.
be in house?
Most likely, yes. I always thought maybe it would be like before the acquisition to be a Blue Point thing, but now with them being a part, I didn't dream this, right? They're part of Sony, right?
Yeah,
they are.
that happened.
They remember it got like leaked ahead, but then no
Yeah,
one believed it,
yeah,
and it was like,
yeah.
did it actually happen? I can't
It did.
remember.
Did I dream this?
Yeah. It would have to probably be a first-party PC game only then, and I don't know if they want to do that, but maybe they are willing to play ball. But like, I think it would be internal. But I think the biggest kind of like hurdle to this is Kojima.
Kojima, yeah.
Like a lot of passionate
Right,
fans, if he had
right.
no involvement, they'd be extremely skeptical of
Yeah.
it.
Although they don't seem to
Also-
adhere to his wishes too strictly, because like when he announced that Xbox thing, everyone went nuclear.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, sure. That's
Isn't that just like console wars?
It's just console war stuff, yeah,
nonsense
but it's
crap.
like
Oh, the people just
Yeah.
people have their
But that
allegiances.
same type
is what
of
I'm
like
saying.
obsession would also be like, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
touching
yeah.
anything that Kojima. But like, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of question marks with that. Even if it's okayed, like, there was a whole thing about why was David Hayter replaced? Oh,
Right.
Kojima want a bigger name actor. So like,
Right.
would David Hayter still do the voice of Snake in a remake of that? And would that upset some people? Being like, dude, and like, if you can't get Kiefer Sutherland, who you could do
You're right.
another replacement for Snake's voice?
Well, it's funny because it makes sense in the story, but like, I've said the thing about I talked to David Hayter before 5 came out. Did I tell you that? And I was just like, "What happened, man?" And he's like, "I don't know. He just didn't ask me."
Didn't ask.
And I was like, "Shit."
Didn't
Damn,
ask.
dude.
Okay. Damn.
I like David Hayter.
He's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love David
He
Hayter.
wrote some. What movie did he write? X-Men
X-Men
2.
X-Men
Yeah.
2, yeah.
Like, that's badass.
He's a character in Bloodstained also. Zangetsu.
Oh yeah. That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, hopefully Metal Gear's coming back. Maybe, like, I don't even know if we need a brand new game. Like, I would just be happy if I could play these older games
it's
with
Yeah.
something modern.
A shame.
Or at least buy them.
Yeah. It's just a shame one of the biggest series is so hard to get into.
One of,
now.
like, the most influential, yeah.
It's such an iconic series.
I mean, I would love it if they, like, cause yeah, for me personally, I wouldn't want them to go off on their own and try to make like another mainline
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Like, if they did something weird, like Survive, whatever, fine. Like, sure, I wouldn't be too excited about it, but like, go for it. But I mean, like, Pie in the Sky, they just, you know, mommy and daddy stop fighting and they just actually make one. But
Right.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So who knows?
W, do you know how involved Kojima was with Revengeance story?
Well, no,
I know the whole fiasco about it being
rising.
Rising and stuff before.
I don't think it was that involved with the story. I know. I mean, the whole goal of it was to give it to a team that wouldn't need his guidance.
Right.
But they were having some trouble, and that's why it was handed off to Platinum. I think most of that is like Platinum games.
Yeah.
With some supervision.
Yeah.
So
Well-
now with that Bayonetta 3 done and a date, baby,
Yeah, that's
time.
true. Maybe.
lock them up.
I mean,
Lock them up.
They
Secure
could
that
use-
contract,
They might
baby.
need the work. Yeah, I don't know.
Before Microsoft gets that scale-bound contract back.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I like Kojima doing his own stuff though. Like,
Yeah, it's cool.
I don't want him to do.
You don't want him to even like consult?
I mean, I would love it if they talked to him. If they were gonna do something and he was fine with it, that'd be awesome. But like, I'm just thrilled to see him doing new stuff. Like, I don't even need Death Stranding sequels or anything. I'm like, just do crazy new stuff every time. Like, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But another thing set in those worlds would be cool. But yeah, whatever.
Do you think more people would be happy, Damiani, and maybe not as angry if they just did Revengeance 2 instead?
Instead of what?
Another like brand new Metal Gear stealth game.
Oh, I'm
Like a proper like Metal Gear 6.
Let's go through the phases here.
All right.
Announcement is like I'm gonna run around like Naruto with my hands behind my back around the studio. Few laps when they announce that during whatever show they do that.
So
that's like
on record.
5 stages of hype.
That's
Here
5
we go.
stages of hype. Then it's gonna be all right, cautious optimism because like we're seeing some of it. All right, maybe it doesn't like okay, and we're eventually gonna fall into despair. Because you realize it was a product of its time, the perfect storm of things going on there.
The writing.
And it's just something you can't
replicate.
Yeah, lightning in a bottle. You can't get it again, man.
Guitars just don't sound like that anymore.
Yeah, that game sure was something.
I just don't know if he can do it again. I think it would like the problem is they would try too hard and it wouldn't come off the same way again. And it's like
the tone of that game is so bizarre. It's like matching it, I guess.
Yeah, I think again it was very ahead of its time.
It was
with what it was doing.
Super fun.
And those people who write Metal Gear games are prophets, man.
Yeah.
That's true. And now, a word from our sponsor.
This podcast is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 because I wanted better gut health and energy, and it's just easier in the morning, and it can boost your immune system, all kinds of great things. But what is it? With one delicious scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging, all the things. It's fast and easy. The packaging it comes in, at least in the thing they sent me, really nice. It came with a little bottle. The metal tin that you can put the powder in was really classy. And they gave us a bunch of little travel size ones. It's good. You know? It's I don't know. It seemed very like substantial. It costs less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. It's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free. And it contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything, and it still tastes pretty good. Tons of people take some kind of multivitamin, and it's important to choose one with high-quality ingredients that your body will actually absorb. AG1 is a micro habit with big benefits. It's the one thing you can do every single day to take care of yourself. Good ingredients, doesn't taste bad, good stuff. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/allies. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/allies to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Saying goodbye to high-interest credit card debt is one of the first steps toward financial independence, but the interest month after month can feel like you're in a never-ending hamster wheel. That's where Upstart comes in. Upstart-powered personal loans can help you pay down high-interest debt, all online with simple and easy-to-understand payment terms. Upstart has helped over 1.8 million customers on their path to financial freedom. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, Upstart can help you get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score, so rather than looking at your credit score alone, Upstart's model considers other factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate in minutes. It's really fast, actually, yeah. For loans between $1,000 to $50,000 without impacting your credit score. You can even receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/easyallies. That's upstart.com/easyallies, the whole thing, to check your rate today. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. It's upstart, upstart.com/easyallies. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/easyallies. Thanks.
And if you are a patron of Easy Allies, thanks. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
Everyone say thanks.
Thanks.
Everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Gabby, say thanks.
Thank you.
She said it.
Thank you.
I switched to the wrong camera. You just have to trust Isla.
I love that camera.
Good camera.
All right. The week of Damiani news continues.
Yo.
This could have been on friend code. This was a friend code material.
When I host the podcast next week, I'm going to fill it wall to wall with Damiani news also.
It's luck of the draw. You see what happens. See how the dice rolls.
Where? Which one is this one?
Nintendo acquires animation studio Dynamo Pictures, which will be renamed Nintendo Pictures. They're going to focus on the development of visual content utilizing the Nintendo IP. Planning of production of visual content, including CG animation. And just here's some of the work that Dynamo Pictures has done in the past.
I'm curious.
They've worked on Death Stranding, Persona 5, Metroid Other M, as well as anime like Yuri on Ice and Onihie.
Oh, okay. We went from some, like, not lows, but like video game stuff, to, all right,
Yeah,
nice.
some stuff recognized.
Big
Yeah.
hit, big
What,
hit.
are they solely responsible for that, or did they do like
I don't think they're
CG
solely
backup?
They just worked on it.
They just assisted
Yeah,
with that.
Yeah, I
okay.
don't think they did everything.
Sorry, you have a question.
No, I was gonna say they have the Mario movie coming out next year.
Yeah.
That's Illumination, I think, is doing it.
Yep. That's a way bigger production.
Yes, but everyone's getting into the movie game right now, or show, whatever, video games. I mean, Resident Evil's been doing this for like 20 years, I feel like. Just reinventing itself all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be, unless the press release something says otherwise, I saw the headline, but I didn't read anything about this. My gut is that this is for like ancillary stuff. Just like supplementary material that like promotional stuff for games, like ads maybe, just like doing it internally. I don't even see them like making like TV show caliber stuff. Like I was thinking like, oh, this could just be like they want to do deals with Netflix and make like a CG movie for Netflix. I feel they'd still partner with somebody. This just seems like something to help them with a branch of their marketing and asset making for like the visual medium that's like not interactive, like the passive stuff. Like commercials, but trailers maybe as well. Maybe in-game videos, like CG stuff. They want like someone to do like CG for them in there. Because they've already had other studios, teams, whatever, work on things. Like they've had like the Pikmin shorts. They've had like the Animal Crossing stuff that they've done. They've definitely done previous things. So I wonder if it's like.
So you think they're gonna buy a whole company just for stuff like that? Not to say that's not a lot of work.
I don't think they're buying. I would be more sure they're buying them to assist with like the pipeline of their video game development in terms of like it is like more like video content stuff related to it. I don't think they'd buy an outright studio because they're like looking to start making a bunch of series to like full-length feature films and or TV series. I feel like they would still partner with name brand places to do stuff like that, because like that sounds, I'm not gonna be mean, but I don't want this to sound mean, sorry, but this sounds kind of like budgety if this is what they're going for, to make like a Mario CG television show or like an Animal Crossing television show or whatever. Doing this, it's like, why don't you just like go back to Illumination or contract with a Japanese anime house to do like I don't know. It just
maybe they just want to do it themselves.
I mean, they do like control, but like if their MO is to always partner. Remember when there was the debate about why is Nintendo buying up all these companies when Microsoft and Sony are buying everyone up? They only do it when it makes business sense. They're not in there just to get like name recognition. It's like we've been partnering with like
they've worked
Brownie
with this
Brown forever.
A while,
even some companies people think they outright own, they don't technically own. They don't own the Pokemon company outright. They don't own Intelligent Systems outright. They don't own HAL Laboratories outright. They only bought Next Level because they were going to go public, and they obviously wanted to keep working with that studio. A lot of the smaller studios, something like Brownie Brown, whatever they became now, I forget what they're called now. A lot of them are just like support studios that help with a bunch of different games. Even like Monolith Soft has a dedicated team. It's just like asset support for a bunch of like other first party games. So everything they do, they bring under the fold is in service of like just their pipeline. This doesn't seem like something for them to expand into like new territory per
Right.
se. The Illumination deal, the the Universal deal for the theme parks, all that. That's what they do when they want to expand out beyond their comfort zone. I feel like.
I think you're totally
Yeah.
right, Damian. It seems like they would purchase something if it's just cheaper to purchase it than to keep the deal going third party, like if they went public or something. And like I think your theory about like backup ancillary stuff, like because they're always going to have to do ads, and like we've seen any company that tries to do like we're opening a TV studio or whatever. It's like Microsoft tried that, Sony tried that, everybody's tried that, and it never paid off, you know. And it's like there's just not money in that anymore. I think so. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like trailers or just like ancillary stuff that we never even notice is different coming out of this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any ideas, Brad? Like,
Let me tell you, this
Yeah.
is what from The Verge, so I'm going to read you what
Okay,
they said.
yeah. Let's get some
Planning and
details.
production of visual content, including CG animation.
Yeah.
So that's about it. That's all we really know about it so far. And they're Nintendo Pictures, so...
That is an interesting name. I
Think
guess.
of VisualWorks, Square Enix. It's
Yes,
like they
that's true.
do CG. I mean, yeah, they have done assisted on like longer things, especially when they had Square Pictures or whatever it was called.
Right. Yeah. They're not making
Spirits
Avid
Within.
Children.
But yeah, and Avid Children. But in general, they make like those cool CG trailers you
Yeah.
see for every game. They're an in-house. That's all they do is like CG.
They got enough.
assets.
Yeah, Nintendo's probably got enough work
And I
for
think
that.
we've seen over the last probably since the GameCube era, Nintendo's really kicked up like CG content.
Yeah.
Whether it's in-game videos and stuff, or just like part of the marketing flow.
Right.
Maybe they just want like to do even more of it, and maybe it is true. Maybe they are so busy working on all these different projects. Like, hey, we really want to do more of this. Let's just get someone who knows
Yeah.
to do this that we like trust.
I
'Cause
guess
it's like,
oh, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say because like you listed the games like other M and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I wonder if these are like, if you want a company to make like an intro for your game, like a CG intro that isn't necessarily even in the same style as the game or whatever. You just ship it to these guys and they whip it up real quick. And that, I don't know.
Yeah, Other M had those sequences where she's like at
Yeah.
the galactic like space station or like capital or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I remember those. Probably the thing besides like the concept of the
Non-in-game
game.
cutscenes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they fully rendered. It was like
Yeah.
kind of nice. Like I definitely could see
Stuff
them
like
doing more
that.
of that, especially
Yeah.
for like potentially like Mario or Zelda.
I was gonna say,
or
who do you
Animal
think's the
Crossing.
candidate for this?
I think all their mainline franchise. Maybe they'll start with like,
Is this why Prime 4 is taking so long?
oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, they couldn't figure out people to make the
Yeah.
CG cutscenes.
Yeah, that's why.
But I mean, like, I was gonna say like Mario and Rabbids, but obviously that's a Ubisoft joint too. So, but like stuff like that just has like a bunch of CG interstitial stuff that they could just have someone helping them. Like,
Yeah.
it's probably just cheaper to buy them. I mean, honestly, with Nintendo, you never know. Like, maybe this company just had like a bunch of Avid bays, and they're like, it's cheaper to buy this company than
Maybe.
rent out Avid bays.
Smash Brothers,
There's
Mario Kart.
a lot of CG stuff. Yeah,
Mario
Yeah,
that's
Kart.
true.
Next Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
They're on the next Mario Kart doing movies for it. Yep. Watch.
I want it to
I
be
don't even
something.
believe in a Mario Kart sequel.
Yeah.
You don't believe in Mario Kart?
I don't even believe
Okay,
in it
You
anymore.
don't believe in Mario Kart.
I want this to be something super niche. Like they're doing a whole new game with pre-rendered backgrounds, and they just wanted this.
A survival horror game.
Yeah, a survival horror game with pre-rendered background, fixed cameras.
That's the new Luigi's Mansion game.
Oh, Luigi's Mansion with fixed cameras. That'd be kind of awesome.
Shotgun.
And a
They're
shotgun,
already,
yeah.
they're already kicking next level to the curve.
Yeah. They're teaming up. They're helping.
Teaming up. Yeah, interesting. I guess Nintendo's a weird company, but
Yeah.
when I see like stuff like this, it's very fascinating. Feels
Well,
kind of
like-
like out of nowhere, but I guess Dominic, you made some sense.
You made a lot of
Made some
sense.
sense. Made some sense there.
Nintendo, though, even for people who work at Nintendo, like, doesn't always seem to make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
So you never know.
yeah, yeah. Maybe they can make a sick Metroid CG or something. That'd be awesome.
I did really like the like grain filter that they had sometimes on Dread, like in the Emmys or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know, stuff like that. Do that.
Yeah. Yeah, this company's worked on games and anime, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of that stuff works though. Skate.
Skate.
We learned about this Skate game coming back a long time ago. I'm not sure how many years it's been, but I just remember they're like, we're making Skate.
Was that 2019
Everyone
E3?
was just
I
like,
feel like that
where's
was,
Skate 4 kind of thing.
I feel like that was at a real E3, but now I'm not sure because they were at home and it was a video, so it might have been 2020.
Well, either way, it feels like it's been a while kind
Yeah.
of for us
Yeah.
on the outside, I guess. Well, the developers of Skate, it's called Skate now, also the game. It's not Skate 4, it's just
Oh.
Skate now.
They're doing that old trick.
Yes, they posted. You'll find out why. They posted a YouTube video today. It was like about 18 minutes with the developers just talking about this game and like what it is. And I thought it was kind of cool, actually.
I like their low-key, straight-ahead vibe for this, the
Yeah.
marketing. They're like, when they announced it, they were just like, yeah, we're going to do it. We haven't started. We have nothing to show.
Yeah.
See you in a couple of years.
I guess probably the biggest alarm for most people would be that this is a live service game
oh.
with microtransactions.
Oh.
Now let's get into it though a little bit. It's not pay to win, they said. No gameplay altering advantages you can pay for. No areas are locked behind a paywall. No loot boxes. So they're talking about like maybe some convenience stuff mostly.
It's pay to
and
earn.
like cosmetics, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those different decks you can have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if you could pay to have like real skaters in it.
Oh, yeah. There's
Tony
so
Hawk,
much.
dude.
Their gear, yeah.
So much you can
He'll be a
Shoes.
Benedict Arnold and cross over to the other skateboard game.
Yeah, get DC shoes in there. And
Yeah,
like,
he got burnt out. No Tony Hawk 3-4 Pro Skater.
Yeah, he's like, fuck
It's
this.
like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Going to
I'm
skate.
getting my
I'm
game
going to
made.
skate.
They said this is specifically not a watered-down version of the series. It's going to be like a full-fledged skate game. No date yet. It's going to be on like, they were talking about like every platform, like last gen, this gen. They were talking about mobile,
Whoa.
crossplay, or
all in.
PC also crossplay, cross progression, all that kind of stuff. They're
Stadia?
taking, I don't think they said Stadia.
Big on Luna,
Sadly.
though.
Oh, yeah, Luna.
They said they're taking inspiration from titles like Apex Legends and in the way that they monetize stuff.
Okay.
So they're looking at what's going on out there. And also, you can sign up to play a very early version of the game and help test it if you want.
Okay.
So if you're interested in that, you can sign up.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it just like very, like pre-alpha?
It's
just like,
very pre-alpha.
like
yeah.
just boxes and
yeah,
stuff?
it's very. They showed some footage in it. They're like pre-alpha footage, yeah, and it was
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
early still, but you could see
That's cool that they're
the
having
skate
people
DNA
help.
there, which is cool.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of the first skate game, and I thought it was cool. I just haven't played the other ones. Have any of you
Skate-
played it?
No.
I played the first one 100 years ago. I was trying to remember the control scheme. If it was like
Yeah, it was
mostly
like the sticks.
motion based.
Yeah,
with the
from what I
sticks.
remember,
Yeah.
It wasn't
could
like
sorta
Tony
see that
Hawk
on a
where you're
phone.
doing like 300
I remember
backflips.
Right,
why
right.
it fell off again. Like,
Well, there was
what's-
3 games.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, they
what
had-
happened between
I don't know.
3 and 4?
I'm not sure.
Like, they didn't decide to jump right on it. I mean, felt like skateboard games were maybe a little bit on their way out, or
Mm-hmm.
Hard
maybe
to
they're
say.
trying to make a. There was like one point they were trying to make a resurgence, and then it kind of didn't work. I don't know. It feels like every few years we come back to skateboarding games.
Yeah, I feel like
I rem-
Tony Hawk went through
Yeah.
that, definitely.
I remember there was that one with the skateboard peripheral that
Yeah.
you could get.
That was Tony Hawk Ride.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Remember
what-
that? And then no
Yeah.
wheels. It was just.
And that was like
stupid.
toward the end of the
So
whole
stupid.
skateboarding.
They just were like, what could we do?
They were like
that's
Guitar
different?
Hero skateboarding. Woo!
It was
Oh,
Activision,
no.
so what do you expect, I guess.
Activision peripherals, baby.
Hmm.
Hey, toys for Bob.
Yeah, but yeah, if you want to check out more information, watch that YouTube video. It's just on their YouTube channel. It's really cool. It's just hearing the devs talk about the game, actually, and being pretty upfront about what it is. So it was pretty
Yeah.
refreshing, you know?
I really like that approach. Like when game devs are just kind of like, and I know
This
like
is what it is.
they
like,
they
this is our
still had to
plan.
do that thing a few weeks ago because everyone was like, "Where's Skate?" And they were like, "We're working on it."
Yeah, they were
Leave us
like,
alone."
there's no date for this
Yeah.
game right now. Like, we're just
Like every fan base lately. Where's this game?
Where's this?
Give us a
Yeah,
release
yeah.
date.
I guess because we're like mid pre-apocalypse, that everyone's just kind of getting impatient because they realize the sand is running out of the hourglass. I guess
games just take a long time to make.
That's true.
we've only got so much time left. We need Skate.
Like, how long have me and Damian been like, where's Breath of the Wild? What's going on with that kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
Yeah.
So
Heat
we-
death
we
before that
feel
game
for
comes
skate
out.
fans. But it's happening. I'm curious to check this out. I'm really curious to see how this. Every game like now is a live service multiplayer game, and I get it because they usually generally work.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad, but as someone from the outside, I'm kind of sad it's just not a $60 full-fledged skate game. But
Everybody's doing it, man.
Yeah.
I saw an article that BMW is putting microtransactions into
my
their
God, I
cars.
saw this.
Did you see that?
It's
Where
a weekly, or it's like a monthly sub.
It's like $18 for
Heated
seat
seats.
heaters. And what's crazy is the car has the hardware.
Yeah.
It's just a software lock unless you pay to unlock it. You can pay it one fee to just unlock it, which is probably about what you would pay for the heated seats anyway. It's like $400 or something.
really?
Yeah, for an unlimited
I didn't know you
pass.
could do that.
Yeah.
I don't understand this deal with BMW. I mean, if they're looking to make some real money, why are they charging for heated seats, heating steering wheels? Why don't they charge for the air conditioning? That's where they're going to get their money.
really gouge
That's
them.
where they're going to get
What the
some.
next step was. Are they charging for your auxiliary cable and Bluetooth or something?
Right. For Android Auto and Apple Play. Yeah, it's just weird, but it's funny to see real life taking from a cue from video game pay structures, and yeah.
Since this game is free to play, do you all think when you hear another live service free to play game, do you just be like, another one kind of thing? Do you feel there's too much out there?
The thing I wonder first is, like, they gonna put waifus in this? Will there be skater waifus?
I don't know about like anime waifus, but there's female skaters that maybe someone will consider a waifu, I guess. I don't know.
This girl.
Husbandos or whatever. Like,
Husbando.
sure, yeah.
Tony Hawk? He seems like a nice guy.
That
I
would
don't know.
be earth-shattering if Tony Hawk was in this game. I would be blown away.
And he's a husband, and you could date him?
Sure. Yeah, maybe this will have a dating sim. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Dating sim element.
That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, that'd be
That's
kind of
true.
fun.
I mean-
date your skate.
Dead by Daylight
Date
doing
or
one,
skate.
so I mean, why not skate?
Date.
Skater date.
Dude, let's kickstart that right now.
You have to ditch your date to just play the
my
game.
Just
To be- yeah,
skate.
just be like, nah.
Or date. Okay.
Skate or date.
Dude. I can see that
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. I guess
I need to go back to
You play as a
2000s
goddamn
MTV
frog.
and sell that show.
Yeah.
skate or date.
Skater date.
Do you want this toy machine deck, or do you want to go on another date?
the guy or girl, they have the contestants, and they could go like reject them all, and then they get on a skateboard and just get to skate down
Yeah.
a ramp.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
And just like having fun,
Yeah.
like bye and
Flip them off as they go down.
Or it's skate to date, and you only get to go on a second date, or you move up a base if you can do like a kick flip. So you have to like nail a trick to like do like
earning.
under the shirt stuff.
Okay, so your reward.
It's a little prostitution-y, actually, now that I say it out loud. Never mind, forget I said that part.
So since this game's going to be live service,
Yeah.
free to play, this comes with expectations. Support.
Yeah.
We've seen some games, I think of immediately Halo Infinite that's had a hard time satisfying the fan base.
It is funny.
It's like how how much are you gonna do in Skate? Like, what are you gonna do to keep people
Yeah.
constantly interested in this? I
It
wonder.
is such a gamble, right? Because you have to. You're gambling that the cost of your service will be less over a longer period of time, or like you're betting that the cosmetics and the microtransactions will make you so much more money that the downside of continued support and service will not make you go underwater. But we see all these games where it's like, they shutter after 6 months because like nobody was buying the skate decks or whatever, and
yeah.
that's why you need waifus.
There's only room. That seems to be the key, honestly.
That's the key. Get
Some
shit impact.
anime aesthetic thing,
Yeah.
and then like a dating element. Like I'm thinking of like all the games. Like Fortnite. You got everybody in Fortnite. Genshin Impact's like the biggest game on the damn planet. I feel like.
It's an interesting gamble though for skate because like I feel like skateboarding games are fairly niche. Like they're not like the most niche thing in the whole
Right,
world.
but it's not
like,
the late 90s and early 2000s.
right. It's not, and
anymore.
it's not Fortnite. Like not everyone is going to sit there and like skate's not easy, if I recall. Like it's not one of the easier skating games.
Right.
So it's like, will someone, because they didn't pay anything, put in the work to get good at skate and then want to put money into it? And like I worry that this will go kind of the way of like Roller Champions or
Oh man,
or,
it's hard not to be cynical, I guess. when there's so
yeah,
many examples
because
of
it's
that.
just like so few things hit the way
And
that these
last.
games did and last. Yeah, like even Fall Guys like hit like crazy, and then that even faded. You know, like
Oh, Fall Guys
everybody's
is huge right now.
It's still good
Yeah, because
everybody's trying
now.
to be
It's
right.
on everything now, and
Everyone's
Epic,
trying to be
who owns
Fortnite.
it, is smart.
Epic owns Fall Guys.
Among Us
Yeah,
is a
they
little
own it.
smaller now.
Among Us, yeah, I guess is a better
No, Among
example.
Us is still pretty
It's big, but
It's still, I mean, of course, it's
They're
not.
all big.
I checked Twitch during my Hangout streams this morning, and Fall
Well, you're
Guys
checking
was
Twitch charts.
Yeah, browse the top categories. Fall Guys was definitely higher.
This is my point, though.
But
that
Among Us
these are the big
was-
ones,
yeah.
and they're still like not in their heyday anymore. Like they're still
Yeah.
doing fine, but they're not massive. And like Skate would be lucky to have that sort of trajectory,
Actually, we're behind the curve.
That's typical for
Power
us.
Washer is the big game right now.
Yeah.
I've been hearing. I'm like, people are really excited for this game. I'm like,
Square
all
Enix
right.
published it. Square
Full-
Enix published game.
weird.
Full
but
page
all right.
Steam ad when I opened
Yep.
Steam today for
Power
Power
Wash.
Washer.
Can you like power wash like square figures in it or
You
something?
just like you just
a
like go around the
dirty
neighborhood and like
Setzer figure or something.
Yeah, you just go around the neighborhood. It's nothing.
Why is Square Enix publishing
just
that?
publishing it?
Weird.
It's getting on that money train.
All right. I mean, maybe it'll work. Shit.
I mean, I could see it being very satisfying. Power
Sure.
Washer.
Yeah. To me, this game's guaranteed to have a battle pass. I guess every online game does
yeah.
now.
Skate
Yeah.
Pass.
I wonder if it's gonna have. They might have said this, and I might have missed it. But I wonder if it's gonna have like online tournaments or something like that. Daily logins. You come in, do 3 kick flips over this handrail, kind of thing like that.
It'd be pretty sick if like there became like an esports scene around
Skate.
skating. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
That would be
Actually,
cool,
that'd be
actually.
neat. I'd watch a tournament of that,
Sure. Yeah.
or like a sick ass like. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Like a
I
weird
don't know.
like dueling mode in it or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that'd
so they
be
can
really
play
fun.
Evo Damiani.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it being like Magic Arena or something where it's like a Quiet Titan, where it's like.
You don't hear about it, but it's doing
But
just
it's
fine.
doing great, and like I love Magic Arena,
Right.
And I could see people who love video games and skateboarding, getting really into it. The problem is with this stuff is like Magic has a built-in thing. Like buying new cards is the thing, and like buying the Rock in Fortnite is like a crazy wild new thing. There's only so much you can do in a skate game where it's like, okay, a new deck that you only see when you're doing like in menus or doing kickflips. Or like whatever. What I really hope is they don't. And they said it's not pay to win or whatever, but I hope they don't do like if your board breaks, you have to buy a new one or something. Like that would be so bad.
That would suck.
But like,
Oh,
yeah, the only thing there that would be is like really fun skins, really goofy, and like famous skaters, or like crossovers with celebrities and stuff, and like
Event
or like
maps or something
Event
like-
maps, or get
like a-
Spider-Man in there or whatever.
You got the Dead Space season. You get your
Right.
your Isaac Clarke skin and you skate in the Ishimura or something like that.
Gravity's all weird.
Yeah, gravity's
like
all
that's
weird.
the thing is like I wonder how weird this is gonna get because
Yeah.
like Skate, if I recall, wasn't
Skate-
super out there.
Skate had some like goofy physics, I remember,
Okay,
but it's been a long
it's
time.
been a minute.
It's been a long
Yeah,
time
my
for me,
memory on
so
Skate is a
could
little
totally be wrong.
Fogzilla, but like Fortnite goes weird.
I think going weird is often a good idea.
I think it is.
Crossovers
I think it would be.
are huge.
Yeah,
Like you put
Yeah.
Isaac in there, like skateboarding as Isaac's like shit. That's kind of cool. I think he was in a skateboard game, maybe.
was he?
Don't write any correction about that.
The last thing I think
just thinking
about
out
when,
loud.
when I think of Dead Space is skateboarding. Though now I'm thinking of
EA,
skateboarding in a Dead Space game, which would be kind of fun. Yeah,
the remake.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Tease.
yeah.
One of the 800 times you have to go back and forth to fix something that breaks the second you fix another thing, you get a skateboard.
Today, PlayStation announced a new loyalty
Yeah, what the
program
hell is
called
this?
PlayStation Stars. So I'm going to read you the PlayStation blog post about this. Through our company's 27-year history, we have been continually moved by how meaningful gaming experiences can create fond, lifelong memories for players. For us at PlayStation,
Release
at PlayStation,
Yeah,
takes special
press release
joy
me.
creating unique products and experiences that delight our fans. This includes everything from our consoles and critically acclaimed games to community challenges such as Seize the Throne and Treat Codes to digital and live events, including State of Play. I don't know what's...
Yeah, what the hell
read
is
that
that?
last sentence again, because I hate to say this. I read this during my hangout. It's digital and live events, right?
This includes from everything critically acclaimed games to community challenges such as Seize the Throne and treat codes to digital and live events, including State of Play.
Why not mention PSX?
Live events
dead.
and not say place. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not. It's dead, Jim.
Yeah,
dead,
sadly,
Jim.
it's dead.
I loved PSX. It was so much fun.
I read that. I was like,
I know, me too.
yeah.
I loved PSX.
Oh,
It was nice.
PSX was
It's
so
not
good.
coming back.
Oh.
Today, I am pleased to reveal PlayStation Stars, a brand new loyalty program that celebrates you, the player,
Us?
for being on this ever-growing gaming journey with us.
So is this just the
Missed
Nintendo
opportunity.
point, like Nintendo
Wait
points thing?
for it.
PlayStation Stars will be free to join when it launches later this year. Once you become a member, you'll earn rewards by completing a variety of campaigns or activities.
Oh.
Our monthly check-in campaign simply requires you to play any game to receive a reward, while other campaigns require you to win tournaments, earn specific trophies, or even be the first player to platinum a blockbuster title in your local time zone.
Yo,
So our reviewers going to be battling
maybe
for this.
Hardcore, dude.
Insider.
Wait, yeah, but that won't be fair. Sometimes we got Death Stranding a month early. Like we would ace that every
Maybe
time.
they're just like, I don't know. Maybe they
They'll probably have a date where like
it only is acceptable.
Yeah, it'll probably be
right
like,
after launch. I'm
they'll
sure.
probably calculate
day.
how long
After launch.
I mean, there's
But
still
you could
some
just,
shady shit
if you do that, you could just hoard trophies and just save like
Had
the
you
last
platted?
one.
Yeah.
Had you platted Elden Ring before it came out?
No,
or-
I reviewed it on PC.
Oh. Well, there you go.
They might look at the account and be like, they might message you and be like, "Are you a journalist or a reviewer?"
They
And
will
like,
not do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I can see this being weird. I can just,
yeah.
I'm waiting
This is
for
even
the
the best
thread.
part.
Also, that's crazy. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
All PlayStation Stars members will have opportunities to earn loyalty
So,
points.
in honor of Huber, I feel like we've gone far too long without
Stars?
going stars.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Stars loyalty points. Points can be redeemed in a catalog that may include PSN wallet funds and select PlayStation Store products. As an additional benefit, PlayStation Plus members enrolled in PlayStation Stars automatically earn points to purchase on PlayStation Store. What were you gonna say?
So it is like Nintendo.
That's the gold coins. From
Yeah, it's Nintendo
Yes.
gold coins. Yeah.
But still not to the best part.
Also, as part of PlayStation Stars, we are unveiling a new type of reward called digital collectibles. Collectibles are a device or a diverse, or as I can't read this. Collectibles are as diverse as our portfolio of products and franchises. They are digital representations of things that PlayStation fans enjoy, including figurines of beloved and iconic characters from games
God.
and other forms of
Good
entertainment,
heavens, dude.
as well as cherished devices that tap into Sony's history of innovation. There will always be a
So it's
new
like the
collectible.
Astrobot Museum.
Yes, there will also be a new collectible to earn and an ultra rare collectible to strive for, or something surprising to collect just for fun.
So it's like Steam trading cards.
Yeah, I guess so. That's what I thought of immediately, and of Astro's Playroom.
Yeah, so it's player. Yeah.
Like, think about this.
Which is like cool, okay,
could get,
inoffensive, whatever.
like a little thing of a saw cleaver or something.
Right.
And
Or a little PSP or a
little
UMD
PSP, does a
model.
little animation.
Yeah.
Maybe get
Yeah.
some. There's gonna be waifus. I don't know. Of course there's gonna be.
There had better be, Brad.
That's all there is now. So there will be.
Skateboarding waifus.
We hope this program brings to mind past gaming memories while making you excited for the future of PlayStation. Commemorating the gaming eras we created together.
Does any company lean into the history and memories of their consoles more than Sony?
history.
I feel like they do it a lot. Like they're always like, here's a little museum to look at models of the Vita, and like here's
well, you gotta give the Vita
PlayStation
something.
history. Blah
it's
blah.
Dead.
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
I, for one, welcome them celebrating their past.
Oh, so do I. I'm just saying, does anybody else do it?
I don't know.
Because Nintendo feels like they
In-game,
could
I
be
don't
doing
know.
it way
I mean,
more.
Smash had like tons of shit like
that's
that.
true.
when I
That's
think
true.
about
That's
it.
true.
Let's see. And create together, charting new paths to explore and bringing players together for global celebrations. This is just the beginning for PlayStation Stars, and the program will continue to evolve over time. We're currently doing some early tests on this program before launching it later this year in phased regional rollouts. We hope you'll enjoy the program once it launches. We'll be back with more updates in the future. Thanks for reading.
Sure. Why is it called Stars, I wonder? Because it just
everyone's
makes me think of PlayStation All Stars.
I read this headline and I was like, is there a new PlayStation All
That's
Stars?
what I thought immediately.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. It's like, earning
Just
Nintendo coins.
Nintendo coins, yeah.
There's digital collectible things.
They didn't say anything about selling them.
No, forget that. That's a troll thing. People are trying to say this.
Maybe they'll add like a new thing
heavens.
to.
They literally came out and said it's not NFT.
Maybe they'll add like
Yeah.
a new thing to your dashboard
So do you
where
think-
it's like collectibles.
Oh yeah, maybe
Museum.
PlayStation Home.
PlayStation Home was ahead of the game.
Bring back PlayStation.
It was ahead of the game.
Yeah, that was the metaverse.
Can you have your
10
own
years
game
after
room
Second
where I
Life,
show
and
off
10 years
I can have
before
you
the
come over and check
metaverse.
out my virtual game room?
Yeah,
with all
here's my knack
cool-
trophy.
Yeah, I got my trophies and my figures and all that cool stuff. PlayStation.
That would be
Star.
kind of fun.
I think that could be fun.
To have a room where you just walk up.
Yeah, you could earn like Bloodborne themed like bed sheets or something. I don't know.
posters.
Posters, yeah.
Oh, dude.
I want Bloodborne bed sheets, like in real life.
like in
a
wallpaper.
Kratos lamp or something. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, this is what we want. This
Yeah.
is the real stuff.
Yeah. Everything is just soaked in blood.
Damiani, how good were the coins for buying like a Nintendo product? Did it feel like you had to grind for like 4 years
It
to get a $10 game or
felt
something?
like it helped out with like some subscriptions. Like when you signed up for like the Nintendo Switch Online for the first time, like I had enough to cover the first year subscription.
There have been
Yeah.
3 or 4 times over the years where I like was going to buy a game, and then I was like, oh, I'll check coins, and then I was like, oh shoot, I have enough to buy this,
Oh,
and then I
okay.
did it.
Yeah.
So they're not
kind-
nothing.
It's kind of like my Amazon rewards that I have for my Amazon card, where I earn some points, dollars back. So every like 2 or 3 months, I'm like, oh, I have like $30 in things. I can
Right.
just buy this for free. So
Like, there's no reason not to do it. There's
Yeah.
no reason to
Yeah.
not have a credit card and just get cash back, and
Nintendo's been like, it's very much automated. It used to be back in the day you needed the codes and all that stuff
Right.
to input on a site. Now it's just like you let your account, when you make your account, you play that game on your system, whether it's in a card or digital. I think with the card
don't you
version,
still have to link them?
you have to link your account. You have to
Yeah,
like the
with
system.
your
But I mean,
Nintendo
if you
America
make any
account,
digital
yeah.
purchases, you have to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But like if you have a physical cartridge, I believe there's an option where it says earn your gold, your coins, whatever. When you go
Mm-hmm.
through that, so the last time I played a physical game on a Switch.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
But digital just does it automatically for you. And you get those gold coins, and then the other part of this, like doing the activities and stuff, sounds
Mm-hmm.
more like the platinum coins version of Nintendo's loyalty program. And I'm gonna be curious. Like, I imagine those are gonna expire. Like they probably have a
Right,
shelf life,
yeah.
and they want you to use
Whoa.
them. But they'll
Do
probably
Nintendo ones expire?
Yeah, they expire.
Oh.
They'll probably have a rotating thing where like they're only available so often. Like Nintendo even does it right now with the not stickers, but like your profile picture, you can get like images, backgrounds, frames that are like in waves now.
Yeah.
Like last month, all of June was the first 4 waves of Breath of the Wild. So I got like first time I ever like bought any of those. They've been doing this for a while, and I was like, oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna buy all of these because they're gone. Once after a week, they're gone. I think either for good or they won't be in the rotation for a while. So I imagine they'll probably do something similar here, where like for a game release, they'll probably have. The question is whether they'll be time limited or they just
Right.
stay there forever, or if it's some of them sound like they're going to be first come first serve, which Nintendo stuff it isn't. The platinum things,
Right.
Okay, for physical products that's a whole different story. But just go for a second. Physical products, it is first come first serve because it's physical. But they're doing digital exclusive stuff here, where it's
For
like
now, because I
yeah.
could definitely see PlayStation doing like what Nintendo does, where it's like, if you're a Nintendo Online member or whatever, you get first crack or only crack at this controller or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Stars could start doing that.
Yeah, the PlayStation. It's funny they're not calling them stars, the currency. It's like they call them
Right.
the points. It's like, okay. But anyway, the coins, PlayStation stars points, being used for these time limited things. Digital, Nintendo does not do that. It's only products that they do. So yes, Sony might capitalize at some point and do physical products, which they have a limitation. But I'm very curious to see, and what the reception will be to like the first person in the region to get that platinum
That's
trophy.
nuts. That one is crazy.
like,
That'll be
that's-
weird.
There's gonna be a lot of competition over.
There's gonna be a
those
lot of
things.
competition.
Like, that's going to force people to
Yeah.
not sleep and like
Yeah.
just, it's just like not
Yeah.
promoting good health.
Yeah, we'll see how that
PlayStation.
goes.
I really liked. I think this was PS3. If you would get like a platinum in a game, you would get a theme or something.
That-
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of stuff's really sick.
Love that stuff.
And I wish they would.
Themes are
Hopefully,
good,
they'll do
yeah.
more stuff like that.
I miss that. That was so fun.
So if you're a Plus member, you're going to get some points or stars, whatever the hell they're going to be called, just automatically. So
That is, you
incentivizing
inadvertently
you to do it more or sub up more.
Right. You inadvertently make a good point though, because like they now have like 5 different named tiers, like plus, premium,
yeah.
extra plus,
Yeah.
stars, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder about that naming convention.
Yeah.
There's everything PlayStation something. It's like, yeah.
PlayStation Stars.
It is like, yeah, it might start getting out of hand if they added like a few more services or something.
It may already be out of
Yeah,
hand,
already be out of
Damiani.
hand.
But I guess
It
if it's
might
just like
already
one
be
thing
out
you
of hand.
sign up for and you never have
Yeah.
to think about again.
Yeah.
It'd be very interesting to see about the integration in terms of how easy it is for people to understand what are like the missions, objectives to earn these
Yeah, I'm
points.
really
'Cause
curious about all
Nintendo
this.
went through that already with their thing, where finally when they launched the hub for Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, they had missions as a part of that. They started making it a little bit easier. Just you go to that hub, like maybe like beginning of each week or whenever you log in, just check it. It'll auto populate like
On the Switch?
on the Switch. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
there's
Because it used to just be on the phone or whatever, on the site.
you just go on your. It's like the bottom left, below the game bar. There's like the circle.
Oh, yeah, right,
ones.
the little
It's the bottom
Nintendo-
left
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
if you,
yeah.
and you have access to it.
Yeah, yeah.
When you log in, it'll just like add your platinum coins you earn for doing any of the activities on your system.
Right.
And then there's a missions button. They'll show you if you have incomplete ones what you need to do. Like this week, I haven't played. I need to play an NES game, and I need to play a game with online functionality, and then I'll
Yeah.
get more platinum.
I mean, this to me seems like it'll be a natural expansion of the I forget what it's called, but in the PlayStation 5, how it has the like trackers, and it's like you're 30% through
yeah,
this,
yeah.
and
Trophy
here's the game
percentage
tips and
tracker.
whatever. Like
Could just
this
go
will
through
just
that.
this is just gonna fold into
Yeah.
that perfectly, I think, and you'll get cool. Like it could be kind of fun, like if they come up with really specific weird things. Like the thing I don't want them to do is say like, this week's mission is this specific game that you don't own. Like you have to buy this game to do it. But if you do own a game, maybe that game has specific things that earn you stars points or something.
I think
but like
they're gonna do that.
I'm sure they're gonna do
God
that.
of War comes out this
Right,
week.
right.
Get this
Yeah.
trophy. within
Upgrade
this
the
time.
axe
They'll
with
do
this.
that.
Yeah.
But they'll also do stuff like
Older
subscribe
games.
to it. No, not just game stuff. They'll be like, subscribe to a newsletter.
Right.
That'll give you that. Or read this blog post on the PlayStation blog. You get some points for
Link
doing
your
that.
Yeah.
PlayStation
Yeah.
account with Discord or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Tweet us a thing with a hashtag from State of Play and from your PlayStation 5. And we'll
Yeah.
give some points.
Which, like, I mean, everybody's doing like Twitch drops for
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves and stuff. Like, everything's getting
I
more
think
and more
it's
integrated.
honestly a
Like, it's
smart idea to
fine.
do
Yeah,
this.
I think it's fine. I think
Oh,
If
yeah,
you can
yeah.
get people more engaged in your ecosystem and to stay in that ecosystem,
Yeah.
that's a really smart move.
Absolutely.
One thing I thought was funny was they're talking about like there could be something that requires you to win a tournament or something like that.
That's my thing is like, I'm just never going to get any of those.
Yeah,
I'm never going to win a tournament. I'm
virtual-
never going to be the
virtual
first to
trophy.
platinum a thing. Like,
It's a virtual trophy.
yeah.
Well, like what game? Like Street Fighter 6?
Oh, yeah. Street Fighter 6 is going to have one of these for sure.
Because, they own Evo now.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, maybe the winner of EVO gets a special one of these.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go.
They give you reuse headband
Yeah, and only you.
in game and in real life.
Wow.
Cool. I mean, I'm curious to see more about this, and I wonder if anyone else will follow suit like Microsoft. All right. Also, this week we got some feel-good news. Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge have both sold over 1 million copies in sales in less than 2 weeks.
Nice.
Good for them.
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak has shipped over 3 million copies, and that just came out also.
Wait, that's out?
Yeah.
Sunbreak is
Yeah,
out?
Sunbreak's out.
What the hell?
Where you been?
Cape Cod.
It's on Switch.
A little
You
low
play
in
on
the-
Switch.
A little low in Twitch catalog, though.
Okay, Damiani.
Dang,
I gotta get that.
Yeah, get on that. Resident Evil 2 Remake has sold
Yo.
10 million units.
Oh,
Love that I presented it like the results screen after
they
a
did?
run with like SSS. They got like triple S ranking. It said 10 million. It was like player Capcom. It was like pretty.
That's very
Yeah,
cute.
very-
I
Yeah.
love that.
Blood added a couple extra notes in here. I just
Oh.
noticed, which are good notes.
Get out of our rundown, Blood. You're on vacation.
Kirby's Dream Buffet releases this summer.
Yeah.
Players will race each other through delicious obstacle courses to collect strawberries as Kirby grows, bumping other players off the stage and using copy abilities to thwart the competition.
It's
Are you
Kirby
hyped for
Fall
this?
Guys.
Yeah, you hyped for
Katamari
this?
Fall Guys.
This is a online only game, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it has online.
Okay.
But it's digital only. There's
Do
no
they-
physical
do
copy.
they say how
of
much it is?
I think
20?
it's only 20 or 30, 29.99.
Man,
or
Kirby
20.
games are just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like
sometimes.
those. Yeah. I mean,
Damn.
Kirby's huge.
And getting bigger every moment.
Yeah, apparently one of the mechanics in this is like how much you consume. You got to get like big boy Kirby.
Yeah, we got to try
Yeah.
this.
Mouthful.
Yeah.
Big boy Kirby.
Big boy Kirby.
Big boy.
And Multiverse's early access starts next week with full open beta beginning or coming July 26th. You played this game.
Yeah,
I played some of this game.
Yeah, we talked about
Really
it.
Did
curious
you
to
like
see.
it?
I liked it more than the Nickelodeon game.
The Nickelodeon game, when it came out,
Yeah.
was underwhelming.
This has better like out of the gate production values. I know
Yeah.
Nickelodeon's catching up by adding like they have added or will add the voice pack and some
Yeah.
more music. I saw, but
Multiverses has a very Fortnite UI.
yeah,
there a
it's
Rufus in
free to
here?
play.
Is there a Rufus
Yeah,
in here?
he's
We'll
over
grab
by
him.
that mug.
Take this opportunity, Brad, to tell you are absolutely correct earlier. This is from 2010. EA is offering Skate 3 owners a code to unlock Dead Space hero Isaac Clarke in their
Whoa.
game. He won't be shooting aliens, but instead nailing tricky 50-50 grinds and upside-down cakes or something.
Sick.
The code is Dead Space 2.
What a pull. I thought you were just like randomly.
Skate 3.
I thought he was right too.
That was wild.
Everything I kept digging into though was like the snake skateboarding added thing in the Xbox version of Substance. But I was like, I swear Isaac was skateboarding in something at Game Trailers days. Like we saw something for it. And I was like, but my memory could be wrong. So good pull, Brad.
All right. It's time for Love and Respect. Love and respect. That was weird. I've never done that.
Yeah,
How many Rufuses have we had?
a few.
There's just one Rufus.
It's like snake clones.
There's only one Rufus.
It's only one Rufus.
One Rufus? Wow,
One
is
Rufus.
that other Rufus dead, the first one? It's gonna be dead in a ditch somewhere.
What are you talking about?
What?
There's only ever
Rufus
been
never
one
died.
Rufus.
All right.
We don't have a few extra for parts laying in the back room. What are you talking about? They weren't sent to us by beautiful
Alright.
fans.
Illusion shattered.
Sorry, one sec. Okay. This is from TJ Price.
Yo,
Hello, allies. I've recently acquired a Sega Saturn, a mythical console that I knew very little about. Back in the 90s, the sheer amount of hidden gems is staggering, like Dragon Force, Hideo Kojima's Policenauts, and X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Is there a console that slipped through the cracks and that you've really wanted to get into? Love and respect.
I feel like Don's got chomping at the bit.
Don's loaded.
It's funny you mention it. Actually, it's funny, the systems lately that have been getting me interested, they released this Mini ZX Spectrum, Mini Amiga, these 80s systems that I have no context for, that I've never had any interest in, even the old
Yeah.
Ataris, I really haven't, but for some reason lately, especially some of these systems that are more popular in Europe, I guess, like the ZX Spectrum, a lot of these games are great, I guess, so... not being able, those were ones I missed, and I actually have a little bit of interest in them now, which is weird.
Yeah, for me, Dreamcast is the one that like I have very little experience with, and I've always been really curious about it. And like obviously, it's not some like hidden gem really, but like, yeah, there are just so many Dreamcast games. I remember looking at magazines as a kid and being like, oh man, like that looks so cool. Like D, I talk about all the time, which is I guess coming out. The Night Dive or somebody's doing a without a date, but I'm looking forward to that. But or not Night Dive, the whatever, the physical limited run guys. I think maybe it was in that.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I would love to dive into Dreamcast. I did like a stream, like some charity stream with like Anthony Carboni or whatever, which was like a Dreamcast stream that was a lot of fun, and just like going through and seeing all the things on there. That's the one for me. That's my like biggest blind spot that I've never really done anything
What
with.
about you, Don Manny?
Yeah, all the ones who said also was a PC Engine TurboGrafx 16.
Oh,
yeah, and TurboGrafx CD or whatever.
Yeah.
I always saw those like in the store, like $800, $700 for the system. The game's
Yeah,
like
some of
$100
those-
bucks.
So
like,
much money.
Everyone used to be like, "Oh, you got like a PlayStation or Nintendo or something. You're rich, or you got two systems." Like, dude, it still costs less
than
the
TurboGrafx
16. It's like, come on, man.
Dear God.
No one had that. It was just like just on the top shelf.
I didn't know anyone.
Just like laughing at you, like you can never play this.
Yeah, I distinctly remember seeing a Jaguar in Circuit City.
Yeah.
And just being like, what is this?
I remember the 3DO, that I was like, what?
Damiani, that mini TurboGrafx, because I missed it as well, the original, but that mini is an excellent representation of, they have the CD games on there too.
Yeah.
That thing actually does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
You have it, right?
Yeah, that thing's excellent.
We did a stream of it, didn't we?
Probably.
Everything bleeds together.
Yeah.
For me, it's Sega Saturn. I've never
for sure.
really ever messed with one of those things, and I'm so curious about it.
Don, you're mentioning retro systems. So I was trying to struggle to remember it, but because it was in documentaries and stuff. But it'd be cool to see it in person. Once was the Fairchild or whatever, the first ever console where you could swap out cartridges. Because before then, systems were just one. Like Pong was just a Pong.
Yeah,
machine.
Pong.
Yeah, so
Built
this is
in.
the first one that let you swap out cartridges.
Fairchild?
It was the person who made it. It might not have been called the Fairchild. It might have an F in the title.
Fairchild Channel F.
There we go.
Whoa!
I never heard of that, Damiani. This thing looks
I've never
cool.
heard of that. I remember I did rent a Sega CD.
Nice.
Like the add-on for the
Yeah.
Genesis from Video Vault in my hometown. Like one time, I don't remember what I played, but we rented it for like a weekend.
Sick.
And I remember being like, whoa!
Yeah.
But Sega Saturn, I never... I remember at the time being confused if it was a new console or just another add-on, like if it was
Well,
the
you were
Sega
right to be
CD.
confused.
I was very confused
Because it did like
as a
3
kid.
add-ons.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on with all this stuff? Yeah, so I kind of just didn't know the Saturn was real for a while.
Loved Blockbuster renting consoles.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely
dude, yeah,
burned
oh,
the
dude.
PS1.
Parents hated it. Remember someone?
It was a special occasion.
Someone sleepover party. The parent had to make it like we're kids, so we don't understand this, but they were trying to impress upon us how like giving the store a credit card to hold the value of the systems. Like, yes, we're renting it, but it still costs me technically this till we give it back. So this is a big deal because
Don't pour orange juice
because we
on
always
it.
wanted a PlayStation. He's like,
I rented
that
one.
PlayStation, baby.
We rented an N64 one time, and it was like the highlight of my summer. I was like, I'm freaking
Hell
out.
yeah. N64 baby when that thing came out. Whew!
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, this is from Kia Ka Jordan. Hey all, with the recent showcase for Skull and Bones being very mixed and the development hell for the Prince of Persia remake, do you feel Ubisoft are putting too much pressure on these new studios to produce quality AAA games like Montreal and Quebec can produce? What do you think is causing this? Mismanaged studios? Underqualified staff? Thanks in advance. Kia Ka Jordan.
Define quality. Don, you want to...
I was gonna say because Don
This
might
is
have
the
something
Don
to say about
block.
Skull and Bone.
Go ahead, Don.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm a little disappointed, obviously, in the showing, a little heartbroken, because I assumed that they were going back to the drawing board on this thing. I thought they were going to come back with a full-fledged, a little bit more of a full-fledged, compact version of Black Flag. So, but what went wrong? Who the heck knows? I mean, who knows? It's a miracle any of these games even get completed.
Yeah.
It's a miracle we get a completed movie with what's involved, all the moving parts. That's why I like everything that comes out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think, I mean, I don't want to speculate, but just from what you hear, like...
We're speculating.
Mismanagement seems like a fair contender. But also, like... That's a vague term too, right? That could be like
many things.
That could be like abusive. That could be just negligent. That could just be like a poor vision. But then like studio interference, like the higher ups just want this game to exist for some reason, even though like maybe they should have canned it. And it's just like you never know. You never know. Probably just it's a combination. Death by a thousand cuts.
I was gonna say I think it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think it's like everything you could think of.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Everything mismanagement, maybe. The staff taking on this project don't have the experience or the tools to do or the knowledge, something like that.
Especially like with like feature creep and scope and stuff. Like with Skull and Bones, it seems like over the years they've had disagreements on what they even want the game to be. And like every time I've heard stories from other games and other studios where it's just like what they want the game to be just keeps shifting, and then they pivot to that vision, and then the director gets fired or leaves, or they change their minds again, and it's like, okay, well, we had 20% of the first version of this game, 16% of this version, and now we're just starting over on a different game. So then you end up with like a half-baked, like not really complete anything, instead of just like sticking to a vision and getting a 40%, or get like a 7 out of 10 Swimming in Sevens game out in a year and a half instead of a 4 out of 10 after a decade. It's just like, I don't know. I hope. Mostly for Don's sake, Skull and Bones is
Don's already
kick-ass.
I'm adjusting. I'm not defeated. I'm just adjusting my expectations. Okay, by the time this thing comes out, I'll probably
coping.
love it again.
He's coping hard.
The coping.
I am coping.
I'm actually a little surprised to hear this, Don, because I didn't think that you would allow skepticism to even enter your worldview
Well,
for this
look,
game.
I'm not blind, okay? I saw the presentation here. I'm not going to lie to anyone. This is at the time, sometimes it takes me time to process. So I was like obviously feeling a little heartbroken during the second half of that thing once it was clear what was going on. And I just said, you know what? Let me positive here. Let me process this and make sure it really is a little. But the bottom fell out a little bit on this thing. But I'm adjusting expectations again. By the time it comes out, I'm going to be ready for the experience that it is. You know what I'm saying, right, Brad? I'm going to love it.
I'm curious how low,
Brad, do
much
you know what
lower
he's
your
saying?
expectations
Well,
are
this
now.
is what I'm saying, Brad. They're quite a bit lower.
Like if we were at a 10 before this, where are you at now?
I don't know like a hype level or just what I think the game's going to be. I mean, my hype has dropped by at least half, I would say. But that's not to say I'm not going to end up enjoying the game, which is an odd thing. Because like what you're saying, the million moving parts and people and relationships and
yourself.
then world events that take place, it is truly a miracle these giant AAA games get finished in any kind of playable form, I think,
True.
so half the time. So
It's a miracle. You're right.
It is a miracle. Yeah, you better hope Huber is going to jump on that boat with you.
He
Don.
committed. He said he guaranteed it.
He said
Day
he
one.
guaranteed it, and then we reminded him that God of War comes out a day after.
Well,
and
that's
he
what he
was
said.
like, oh, never mind.
He said day one, and then day two he's going to be off. I'm on that boat alone, so I don't know.
You get one day. And those servers are going to be bugged to hell, so they won't work the first day.
Don, I want to like that game.
I do
really
too,
want a great
so
pirate.
bad.
We all do.
The whole world does, and maybe it'll end up being a lot of fun. Who knows? It's hard to
knows?
say.
The
but
ship stuff in Black Flag is truly fantastic.
it's awesome.
But I love Sea of Thieves, and that had a rocky start too, and they righted the ship, so as it were.
Well, see, these had you can go out and find treasure on your feet. And,
Right.
slash a sword, maybe
Yeah.
a little.
Yeah.
They
You
might
can't
be
do
able
that
to
in this?
add some of that stuff. Maybe modular kind of little islands.
I don't even know if you can jump in the
the.
water and swim or anything like that. I think you just go out on that town. The town looks cool though, but
I guess several
That's it.
towns, but yeah, you're essentially each town serves the same kind of function,
You're
and it's
bound
definitely
to your
not
ship.
about exploring. But I think the one thing they would be able to update is resource gathering. They could turn into a exploration type thing off ship, and that could add a lot to it.
hoping for the best.
And
Yeah.
I mean the update when because in Elite Dangerous when they added walking, the meme was legs.
Walking update for Skull and Bones.
And so
I'd be
the
actually
walking
on that.
update, it writes itself. It's the sea legs update.
Sea legs update.
Wooden
so
wooden
hyped for
legs,
that.
wooden legs update. That'd be cool.
Well,
get
yeah, peg leg.
two peg legs to walk
Yeah.
around on.
2 peg legs. You can do that in Sea of Thieves.
I'll be
That's
cat,
true, you
cat
can.
and broomsticks.
Sea of
They're gonna
Thieves
call
has
me.
the tech.
Walk the plank edition.
Can you do 2 eye patches in Sea of Thieves?
I think so.
Excellent.
I haven't tried it, but I think you probably can.
This is from Raul. Hey, allies. Do you ever feel burnt by the price of DLC? For example, I purchased Ghost of Tsushima a while ago, and the cost to upgrade a director's cut is $30. However, buying director's cut outright is $70 and only $10 more than I paid originally. Love and respect. Well, you bought Tsushima probably when it was brand new at $60, and this came out a year later for I think $30 was kind of expensive though. Still.
$30, yeah, it's a lot for that. So it's like a $90 all in instead of a $70 all in.
Yeah, exactly. But you play it a year earlier, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish it was 20. I think 20 would have been much more appropriate. But
There have definitely been. Yeah, there have been plenty of expansions where I was like, really? That much? Sophia always tells me, because she plays The Sims, right? And
Oh,
she'll just be like, I don't want to pay $30 for this thing.
That's all that game is.
And we were recently, we were at my warehouse working on my music studio, and we were listening to game soundtracks, and Portugal came on from Civ 6, and that song rips. Industrial era Portugal. Shout out, dude. That song is lit. But that expansion pass,
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking
apparently
about?
it's like $40.
Oh my God.
And we were both just like, what?
They know, because
Like, I'm sure there's a lot in it, but like, my
are
God.
desperate degenerates that will
Oh,
do
yeah,
anything.
yeah. But you can get custom content that's like as good or better
I know.
from a Patreon, you know?
I've seen it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Dude, they got Sims fans.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Palm
you're
your pot.
bleeding them dry.
Meanwhile, the like Outer Wilds DLC, which is basically like Outer Wilds 2, was very fairly priced.
How much was it?
I don't recall if it was 20 or 30, but like either way, it was like very, very worth it because it was basically like double the game.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely a thing in the eye of the beholder too. I guess like maybe you're into
That's kind of what it's
paying
called.
a lot
Echoes
for
of the
Sims.
eye, Brad.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, everything costs too much, basically. Long story short.
Yeah. What about you, Dominic? You regret any DLC? You know what? I'm gonna add a bonus thing onto this. What about in-game purchases of any kind? You know, you're buying a skin, maybe. Buying Cloud's motorbike.
That's a pay to win.
Pay to win.
That's
pay to win.
Yeah, that's
true.
That's one of the best investments you can make.
I bought it.
That speeds it up.
I bought it.
Go faster.
Yeah.
Go fast.
Go faster.
I mean, I would have been disappointed in potentially in the Sonic Origins stuff, all that confusing price plans for that game with all the extra content.
Oh, yeah.
To get access. I hate stuff like that. There's like anything that's more than like 2 versions of a game, I hate, and it's not just new. Those versions don't have this more physical rewards or whatever in there. It's not like digital things are in the game. I hate crap like that, especially when it's meaningful content. When
That's like the Capcom arcade collection, the way they priced that out, where it was like you can buy the whole thing for $50 or each game for $2.99 or whatever, which is like, it makes sense after you read about it more, but at first you're like, what?
What is it? The Prince of Persia one we had to buy like the ending.
Oh my God, for the reboot one?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
It was not satisfying whatsoever. Had so much fun with that game, but like it doesn't have an ending, and then like, oh, I'm paying for the ending. It's like, okay,
that's odd.
Cool. Thanks for making me pay for this, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I never balked harder than with characters from Heroes of the Storm.
Ooh.
They were like 15 or 19 a piece or something, and I was just like, no.
I guess I regret buying loot boxes from Overwatch or something.
Same. Yeah. Anytime they'd come out with a cute new Mercy skin, I'd go in and
Some
drop like
Halloween skin, I
$25.
was like, oh!
Yeah. Be like, damn it! I need that witch skin! And then I'd never
Hope to
play
God
it.
you get it.
Yeah. Just buy it and never play again.
Tales of costume
Oh
packs.
my God, dude.
Most overpriced.
So many, too.
The fact that in the Arise they finally had to add a preview thing so you could literally see what they looked like and like rotate your model, because I think people were complaining about, I can't see how it looks. This sucks. Like I have to pay to see it. So now it's like you can preview it. So at least you don't get, you get what you pay for and you can see it. But some of that stuff is just like, nah. I mean, there's
WYSIWYG.
some crossover stuff that's cool, but some of it's just like the usual suspect stuff, like swimwear stuff. It's like, of course.
How much was that
maid
whale
outfits.
from 14, the lunar whale?
$30.
That's it?
Wait, the lunar whale was
It's like the 8 mount
no,
one?
wasn't that
or
that
8
was
person?
part of the fan fest? I think.
Okay.
You had to buy like the.
Can you buy it
digital?
separately, or is it
14
only
had
for that?
some bonkers expensive.
Yeah, they do.
30,
mounts.
like $29.99.
Yeah, their shit's not cheap.
That's
But
a lot.
They also do it like the one thing is the weird thing they do sometimes, like that one I think is account wide. So like on your account, you make any new characters, they all
Yeah,
get
of
access
course.
to all that stuff. But some don't. There are some things they do that do not. It's one per character.
What?
Like smaller stuff like orchestrion roles or minions.
Oh, come on.
So like
really?
minions, like I
know you can play one character pretty much for everything, but
minions
still.
are not account wide. Generally they are one per character, and codes that come in like art books, whatever, for like those exclusive things. One code, one character. You misclick that character, you're gotta buy another $30 art book.
Have
or
you
something.
done that?
I haven't done it. I have accidentally bought an extra thing I didn't need. Tifa minion. because I thought I missed out on it for some reason.
Bro, give it to me.
I already gave it to my character. But I went to use it, and like, here's the shitty thing. I went to use it. It's like, you already have that. What can I do with it? You can't trade it to anyone. Like, I wish there was a way to like go back and be like, okay,
I gotta pee. Keep going.
I don't want a refund on this, but can I give it back to you and change it into a gift? Because you can buy things as a gift in the shop to gift other players.
Yeah.
There should be a way to return it and be able to gift it to somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
That's kind of a bummer.
I don't know if I regret this because I still enjoyed it, but I remember buying Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind.
Okay.
And that was $30, and I was like, "Shit, this is a lot of money. This seems too much." Like, I liked it, but
dude.
I was like, "That's Square tax."
So many of the expansion pass stuff, Age of Calamity expansion pass, not worth $20. No,
Really? What did it come with?
like 2 more characters and a bunch of other like grindy quest things.
Oh,
and,
fun.
like, and not great stuff. I mean, the Breath of the Wild one ended up being like, I guess, worth like the $20.
The amiibos, dude. The Breath of the Wild amiibos, man.
Nope.
The most annoying, like, DLC microtransaction thing you could ever think of, dude. Or not the most, but so frustrating because you had to have that damn amiibo.
And you don't even get it guaranteed.
You don't even get guaranteed, and you gotta pray to God you could find
We
that
were
amiibo.
almost on that with the Skyward Sword, the Loft
Oh my
Wing,
God,
but
the
that thing
Loftwing
didn't turn
thing.
out to be a big bunch of nothing. in the
Yeah.
end.
Damiani.
That was getting dangerously clear.
What are they gonna do for two?
Literally flying, well, not literally, figuratively flying too close to the sun there on their Loft Wings, so gotta be cute.
What are they gonna do in 2, man? How are they gonna screw me
but
over?
they have Sky in 2. Oh, it's happening.
What?
So if you don't have that Loft Wing amiibo, you don't get a Loft Wing flying mount.
Shut up.
That's gonna happen. Calling it right now.
No, I had that off.
Hey, they were available on Prime Day. Sorry, I don't mean to shill Prime Day.
You
Sorry
better
for that.
buy it now.
But I did see it come up
Buy
in
it
all
now.
things. It was back in stock, so maybe it's too late. But watch it. Watch
that stock. Watch those amiibos. Wait till they start throwing in other amiibos in there.
Amiibos.
Tom Nook's
I
shirt
didn't mention
for
it.
Link.
They're in Fire Emblem 3 of Warriors 3 Hopes amiibos.
What?
They get you like more money, more resources. Like you get to use one per day, and they give you like more stuff, more gifts to give to students or your teammates and stuff. Amiibos aren't going anywhere. People are trying to
I
tell
know.
me they're done.
They ain't done.
They're not done.
They ain't done.
All the Smash Brothers ones even come out. I think there's like still a last wave of the Smash
Yeah,
Brothers ones.
Sephiroth out yet?
Yeah, which Sephiroth?
I don't have that.
Yeah, get Sephiroth.
Sephiroth out?
Dude, Sephiroth.
I have Cloud and stuff. Both Clouds.
Yeah.
I have both the Belmonts too.
They're going to have to make a Bayonetta 3 amiibo now. That's happening. Oh, yeah. And then when Mario Kart 9 finally comes out, all those Mario Kart amiibos are happening. You know where they are. Every single one.
Are they going to have the cars on all the amiibos too? Yeah. Think how big Bowser's is going to be.
You know how you get the car parts? They're going to do that. Amiibo gets a new car part roll.
No.
Yeah.
Don't even put that out there. But yes. I can see that.
Microtransactions.
Dude, amiibos to get stages. You got to use it.
That will be the worst. That will be the worst.
You want to race this track? Better get that amiibo.
That's one of the worst.
Are we still talking about the
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, I'm
DLC
upset
thing?
now. I'm upset.
We're upset.
Because I thought of another thing, like
Okay.
I'm pretty upset.
your 14 talk made me think about like Star Citizen and stuff, where it's like immensely highly priced like prestige items, where it's like you pay like $10,000 and you're the only one who has like this ship.
I feel ripped off and I'm not
money.
even playing that game.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm never going to.
Some people love that.
I mean,
Yeah, some
if you
people
want
like
to
that.
be the one,
Buy
you
your
know?
own planet.
Buy planet.
Buy planet.
All right, it's time for bets.
Oh!
The bet this week is... I forgot. We're going to check the first 10 reviews of Open Critic that are not us. How many times will the word meow, I believe, be mentioned in these reviews? Isla, what do you got?
12.
Okay, Damiani,
10.
10, and Dawn. You're the wild card.
The wild card goes with 14.
Oh!
14. Okay, I think I wrote 10 also. Let me see. I wrote 10 also. So me and Damiani are the same boat.
Which team am I batting for right now? Does my team... I guess you guys are still your team, and
Yeah.
then me and Don are massive chub.
Yeah.
I'm
you
a
guys are
wild
massive
card.
chips.
I don't know what that means.
You're a switcher snake.
Okay.
Last week's bet. Escape Academy is now out, allowing you to tackle a series of escape rooms. We went through the first 10 English reviews on Open Critic. How many times did we find the word communicate? So let me preface this. Our bet is also for English reviews. I don't want to No. First 10 English reviews also.
English.
Clarify that.
Because the meow is different in different languages.
Yes. So let's see. Last week I said 5. Huber said 3. Don the wild card said 10. And Blood said 17. Now, Blood went through this whole thing.
Looking for the word communicate?
Yeah, or like communication, like stuff like that.
Okay.
Blood went through a lot of stuff, and he found a total of 1. And there's also a note from Bloodworth. Bloodworth guesses that most of these reviews must have been played solo, because when you're playing with someone else, you are constantly sharing information, figuring out things together. Go find someone to play this with. It's a good time. So
I want to do a stream of this game.
Yeah, the winner last week was Huber then. And that's Damiani's seat this month, or week. This brings the score to Massive Chubbs 12.
Splash!
And Morotus Sea Lions 13.
Oh.
A little howl there.
Mercy.
Let me tell you about Patreon.com. That is how we are primarily supported. That is the lifeblood of Easy Allies, I would say. We are all here thanks to amazing patrons like you out there who are supporting us. And if you enjoy the show or anything we do, consider signing up and joining us. So you can join for just $1, get some sweet stuff like an ad-free version of this podcast. And if you're a $5 and up patron, you can submit questions to Love and Respect, this podcast, and also to Frame Trap, our other podcast where we get in-depth game discussions going on there.
And our Discord.
Oh, yeah, and our brand new Discord that's popping off right now.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a good time, so please consider supporting us. We got some shout-outs, as always. We got Jabba Wobbs, El Thanis, Greg the Dart Knight Kettering, Caleb Togi Crawford, Nick, and Anna Croth. Shout out!
Don
did it.
Don did it.
No one can hear me.
Your voice is so
I'm
bassy
being told I
that
talk
bassy voice.
quiet.
you're all low end on the studio speaker,
Yeah.
Don.
I gotta get my larynx adjusted.
You gotta have a shrill voice like me to be heard over this rabble.
Okay, Damiani, you get to promote any Easy Allies videos you would like to promote. You get the final word on anything you've disagreed with, want to reiterate, or just pop into your head, and you get to sign off with your trademark sign-off. Oh my God!
Why are you laughing?
I was just
He's doing some research.
Yeah, Don's reactions to Skull and Bones. Yeah, a good companion piece to this episode would be to go and watch Don's Skull and Bones showcase reactions during his Hangout stream, so you can understand the background information on why Don's opinions have shifted. And watch in real time as his face and body language show you the shift in that opinion.
It's like that. It's like that Simpsons episode when Bart is showing her the video of when she says no to Ralph's. You can see the exact thing. His heart breaks.
I was trying to stay positive too, but the inside of me was like melting.
That's what Sophia was. I haven't seen this video, but I heard about it. And Sophia was like, "Yeah, Don was really deluded. He was trying to say all positive stuff." Anyway, sorry. This is your whole thing.
No, this is great because I don't know. I'm trying to think of the last word, and then I got even bigger existential crisis in the next part. So what the? Hi.
It's a minion from.
I forget.
14.
I forget what he says in the cutout part where he addresses the judge. He goes, "Mr.
Oh, yeah.
A goose."
A goose.
And he just tosses it.
Probably the most quoted outtake from a movie of all time.
Pretty much. Man, we talked about a lot. Man.
I heard some yelling while I was in the bathroom.
We were.
Yeah,
It was about amiibos, I think.
Shouting about amiibos in Breath of the Wild.
Amiibos.
Oh, yeah, I don't need to get into that again. Just, Metal Gear, come back. Like, just needs to feel right again. We need Metal Gear back to be returned, to be relevant, and to be excited about Metal Gear, and for newer generations of people to experience the greatness of Metal Gear. And please find a way to make Metal Gear Solid 1 a part of all this at some point. Please don't let it be lost to history. And then the crisis, is not my usual sign off anymore. So I gotta have to make a new sign off. I wasn't prepared for this.
What was your?
Wait, why do you have to make a new sign off?
Do I?
What was
No,
your
why? You don't have to.
I don't. Okay.
Why would you have to?
I don't know.
What? What the hell's going on? This is your trademark. We've been doing this for 7 years, Damiani.
Let him think.
Do we need? Yeah. I didn't protect the trademark, so I lost the trademark.
No,
You did?
You can do whatever
Yeah,
you want.
I didn't put the R ball next to it, so it's not
okay.
registered anymore.
I mean, Huber and Brad have changed theirs.
Yeah, I'll think of it for next time maybe. But until next time, may the way the hero lead to the Triforce.
All 2 decent games.
Yeah.